or zoom in?
And I'll think a little bit in, but that's up to you. Oh, never mind.
We're good.
Yeah,
You good.
we're on.
This is for me? Yeah, I got mine. Ready, guys?
Sure.
Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Week 3 edition of high school football game picks here from Under the Lights. We are live from Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts building here in Opelousas, Louisiana.
That's where we at.
Excited to be back on a regular schedule this week. Marquee matchups all over the picks tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get after it. We're going to have some fun here this evening. Remember, we are a opinionated type of show, so we're going to get a lot of picks wrong tonight. I was in last place back-to-back weeks, so y'all do not throw shade my way. How about week 2 winner, Mr. Swallow
I won it,
himself?
baby.
Hey, I'm coming back for my title for week 3.
Congratulations, Mr. Swallow. Week 2 winner. I got some catching up to do. Alex, I'm down 10 games right now. I got to figure out a way to get some upsets along the way. Back on a regular schedule, a little Thursday night, Friday night, and we even got another Saturday edition of Under the Lights Live on our page, ladies and gentlemen. Had some bad news this week. Thank you to our great sponsors across this platform. Without them this week, week 3 would not be possible. Gary, week 2, Saturday night, it started pouring down raining on us, and our equipment got wet, and we lost our camera.
Right after the game, we were did the players of the game and everything like that, the interviews, and then it came down. And I tell you what, it was coming down hard, quick, and we tried, but we lost our camera.
Yeah, we lost our camera, bought a brand new one today, came in excited, and it's a big time upgrade, so I'm excited to get out to a football game tomorrow night and see what this bad boy can do. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for being with us this evening. We're going to announce our Thursday, Friday, and Saturday games in a matter of a few moments, but could not pull off a game pick show without a great panel that's been with us these last few years. So I want to thank those guys for being here tonight. 3 weeks into it. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's meet the panel at this time.
Alex Fontenot.
Northwest Raider alum.
Christopher Esprit.
That's OHS, great cook. Can't wait to see what he's cooking Friday.
Gary Swallow.
Gary Swallow, Pillsbury alum.
Holden Lee.
Fountain Blue alum.
Enoch Brogy.
Boshan alum. So a mixture from every little part of the state here. So excited to come here together and talk football. We all going to bring a lot of great football talk to you this evening. I know I couldn't do this without these guys, so I greatly appreciate it. Guys, a great week 2. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, exciting games. Another week of seeing a few teams that won that we wasn't expecting, and a couple of lopsided scores here and there, and some really tight games. So another week of excitement, another week of good football. Let's go.
Chris, y'all get back on the gridiron this week. I'm sure the guys are itching for a little football.
Yeah, man, 2 weeks off. That's a long time, but hopefully that preps us for first round bye if we can get it. A lot of teams, like I said last week, a lot of teams across the state rescheduled their games to Saturday, but they still couldn't play. So a lot of rescheduling and calling here and calling there, people getting games locked in, and a lot of them made it happen.
Garrett?
For me, it was just a lot of all the games that were canceled that weren't able to reschedule. That was really kind of crazy right there. But we had some games that were, this one lost an opponent, that one lost, and then they got it in the last second. Find a way to combine it. But that was amazing going through all that. But I was just sad because they had some key matchups that we were looking forward to, and didn't pan out. Didn't pan out, right?
Holden back here, missed last week. A lot of great football that we talked last week. I'm sure you're excited to be back here for week 3.
Yeah, last week messed me up. I had a lot of plans on the night. I think y'all did it Tuesday. I had plans already. Then the weather messed everything up for me. You know, hate Mother Nature. Missed a lot of good games, but I noticed there was a lot of out-of-state teams, like Arkansas and Texas played a few teams up north, I noticed.
Yeah, we're going to touch on it for sure. Yeah. Enoch, thank you for the Dr. Pepper, and thank you for the Red Devils for taking care of business and getting me a free Dr. Pepper here tonight.
Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I wasn't gonna back out of that one. That's not a problem. But you know, looking at some of the scores and stuff, there was a fair amount of close games. I was surprised that there was a little more than I thought was going to be. But with a lot of the games being canceled and a lot of games being moved and stuff like that, I mean, for the games that were moved and not canceled, it probably threw like their schedule as far as like preparing for the games like out of whack and everything. So, like say St. Augustine, for instance, I would have known what that would have been like if both teams had a full week and gone through their normal routines and everything like that instead of a game thrown together 2 days in advance. Yeah. So it would have been interesting to see some of the newer matchups that we got on a full week.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, this is show number 74. The climb to 100 continues on our Wednesday night shows.
If you keep having Saturday games, I think you will reach that 100 mark this year.
No, like just the Wednesday shows.
Oh, the shows.
Yes, sir. When you're talking about those type of games, we are now at 104 total games that we've covered in the last 6 years. So what a milestone that was to go across 100. 87 teams that we've covered these last few years. Gonna add 3 more this week that we've never covered before. So excited for that. 3 new teams we're gonna cover this week. 47 stadiums that we've got a chance to cover football games in. Well, we get number 48 this week. So excited for our 48th one there. 77 total helmets. If you don't see yours up here and you would love to join the helmet display that we got going on here, please reach out to us. We'll come pick it up, or you can mail it to us. We'd love to see a couple more teams on this wall that Gary Swallow built for us, because I supervised.
Mm-hmm. He sure did.
All right, let's announce those games real quick. We start off with Thursday night football. For the very first time, Under the Lights will take a trip down to Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, and we'll have the opportunity to cover Breaux Bridge and St. Martinville. 2 teams looking for their first win of the season. 2 teams battling injury concerns right now. Both teams will go into that game with backup quarterbacks. So something's got to give. Jordan Taylor, Alex Fontenot will have the call for you tomorrow night. First time at Breaux Bridge, and it's going to be our first time ever covering Breaux Bridge or St. Martinville. And if you're wondering why we don't have the helmet in front of Breaux Bridge, we do not have that helmet just yet. Okay. Friday Night Lights, ladies and gentlemen, live on Under the Lights. We were supposed to have OHS Edna Cora last week. Mother Nature messed that one up. How about next week, the following week, we get OHS and Lake Charles College Prep live on Under the Lights. Jordan Taylor, Gary Swallow will be live on the call for that one. So excited to be down. Donald Gardner, correct?
Right.
Bill's ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. I can smell the cooking from here.
Yeah, buddy.
And then Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, it's homecoming night for the Baker Buffaloes and Coach Dortez. You know Coach Dortez. You know Coach Dad. He's got his team 2-0 right now, coming off of a triple overtime thriller a week ago. So I know they're going to be excited, and I can't wait to get down to Baker again. Alex's favorite place in the world from last year, my friend. We caught a great one last year. Yeah. So excited for that one. Myself, Holden, Enoch, and even maybe JB from Hash It Out might be there. We might tackle this thing 4-man crew. We're going to get after it. I might not even call the game. I might be a sideline reporter that night, or just go run the chains. Or be the chain crew that night. Who knows what's in store. So 3 great games. Thank you to the coaches, and thank you to our sponsors. We got a lot of sponsors from Opelousas that we wanted to make sure we get them on the schedule and are great sponsors here in Opelousas. They support Opelousas, and we want to show our support right back.
Yes, most definitely.
All right, let's go. I told y'all I got to get y'all feedback here tonight. I want to hear from the panel, okay?
Yep.
Top 10 UTL takeaways from week 2. Okay, we start off takeaway number 1. What did I take away from week 2? Hunter Landry is building a monster at Lafayette Renaissance. They got a deep coaching staff, playmakers all over the field. I'm buying the stock right. I say you better buy your stock right now because it's going to blow up in these next couple years. Your thoughts of what's happening at Lafayette Renaissance?
Yeah, I spoke on that week 0. I said, that team is going to be really good in a couple years, but they're going to surprise some people this year and push some of those teams in that district. And they're neighbors to LCA, and I wouldn't be surprised in the next 3 or 4 years that they don't go on that run that LCA went on.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one picked them last week on the show. Huh?
I was the only one that picked against them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we all picked.
Bad mistake.
Right.
Because they put on a
I
show
watched,
Saturday.
like I said, I watched them play over the summer with the 7-on-7
Yep.
and Coach Folk and Coach they all the coaching staff, they have them guys flying the ball, playing at a high level. So that was a tough one for Coach Zenon over in Abbeville, but he gonna get his first win and whatever. But they gonna be something to reckon with in the future.
Absolutely. Gary, you didn't see the game, but I'm sure you feel the same way as these guys.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. When I didn't get a chance to go, but man, I heard all the talk about it, and it's amazing how fast that they're becoming. I hate to say it, how fast that they're becoming a powerhouse, and it's amazing to see that.
Deep coaching staff, fellas. Guys, anything? Or let's move on.
Let's go.
Okay.
Basically, what
Yeah.
How about Neville and Calvary Baptist, early game of the year nominee right now? Can we make this an every year type of football game? I was told by the broadcast team at Neville that they broke an attendance record that night at Calvary Baptist. Should we see this game moving forward?
Yeah, I think it'd be a travesty if not. That's 2 great programs that not that far from each other. Right down I-20, and it's good for the kids, good for Louisiana football, it's good for everybody involved in that, and it should happen every year.
Right.
I agree.
And Neville, like they keep saying, Neville is back. Yeah, I don't think they never went nowhere.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's just been, you have not seen them to the Dome since 2016.
Right.
Well,
They
be careful.
And they're making deep.
Maybe a year, Chris.
They make deep runs in the playoffs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just everybody, the level when you get to that quarterfinals, semifinals, everybody is good.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Holden?
Yeah, my buddy, he was actually covering the game. Yeah, the one I was telling you about, and he was letting me know all the details, everything. And he's like, before the game started, he said, "This is gonna be a good one, man." And he was letting me know throughout the game.
Yeah. Fantastic ball game. This one was last minute in the week. Got to see this game moving forward, yeah, fellas.
Absolutely.
Somebody put the state on notice a week ago, and that is John F. Kennedy. Put the state on notice after a big win over Warren Easton. Hey, they're considered a front runner to get to the Dome in Division II Select right now, in my opinion. Would you agree?
Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I wasn't buying into the hype yet. They got it now.
How we said that last week for the pick show, Chris? We said it's a prove me week. Well, darn it, they proved it.
Yeah, they had been a young team the past couple of seasons.
Right.
And it was only a matter of time.
They woke some people up. I won't lie to you. I think they're.
You buying the stock?
I'm buying the stock, buddy. I really am.
Hopefully they'll
Not
give
a
you a
lot,
profit
just
at the end. Yep. JFK's good, man. They're
Yes,
good.
man. This might be the year. This might be
Could
the
very
year.
well be.
How about this? Listen to this, panel. Listen to this, fans at home. Unlikely teams right now sitting 0-2 to start the season. The likes of Karen Crew, Lake Charles College Prep, Union Parish, Wassman, Manny, Homer, Madison Prep, De La Salle, and even A Meat. thoughts on seeing some of these teams starting the season 0-2?
Well,
Great schedules.
the schedule.
Most of them
Who
are,
they
yeah.
playing? It's not like they're playing.
Nobody's.
You're right. I mean, but they're playing
Y'all
stiff
read that? Y'all
competition.
read that comment?
Stiff competition.
Yeah. Some of those teams are a little bit down.
Yeah.
Coaching staffs might have left. A few players might have got out of there. Rebuilding, but I think most of it goes to scheduling. When you're playing tough competition, you're going to take some lumps, but that's going to get you that much better once playoff time comes around.
Yeah, likes of like Karen Crow, and I'm not necessarily worried about them. There's a couple of those teams in there I have a little bit of a concern with, like maybe Manny or even possibly Amite. I figured Amite would have won one of those games. But most of those teams, tough schedules. You win some, you lose some. Don't read too much into it unless it becomes a habit.
But that's how you get your teams prepared for the future.
You're right, absolutely.
I saw someone made a statement on Facebook about the scheduling and but
Boy, it's been a great first couple weeks with schedules.
right, and it's not over with.
Yeah, and some of that goes to the way the new playoff brackets are set, because you're mixing divisions, so you can't get power points for playing one up. You got to go, 2 divisions up to get the power points now. So a lot of it, you having to go schedule bigger schools, bigger teams, better teams, because you have to get the power points somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So just something to throw out there for fans to look at, but not worried about half of the field here.
No.
Not at all.
More than half of them should be fine.
Yeah. How about this? Don't lock in Calvary Baptist and LCA for the title game in Division III Select just yet. Maybe a Dunham, a Notre Dame, or even a Bunkie starting to merge into potential contenders. Your thoughts on that, or just you're locking it in early?
Could be wide open. We're early in the season. You got a lot of stuff that could happen between now and then. But yeah, I think it's one of the better divisions, and it could be kind of wide open.
Yeah, you get a lot of schools that may be 0-5, and they make a run 5 games and in the season 5-5 get to the playoffs.
Union Parish 6-4 a year ago wins the state title.
Right, so you just can't. As the season progresses, the teams get stronger, they get better, they start gelling even more. So.
All right, and you got some teams in there in that division that just, they're playing. They may not have a win right now, but guess what? Like you said, they're starting to gel and get out, and they're playing tough competition. I think it's going to be wide open.
Yeah, fellas, what's your thoughts on? Are y'all locking it in right now, or those 3 teams could throw a monkey wrench into everything?
It's competitive, man.
Yeah, I think it's going. There's a chance that there's a monkey wrench thrown.
2 weeks in, I don't want to lock in any state championship games. That's premature in my opinion. Maybe closer to the playoffs, I might agree that Calvary and LCA matchup could be it, but I'm not doing that 8 weeks before the playoffs start. It's too much.
What about the 3 that I put in the conversation right here? Is that a good starting point for 3 that could emerge?
Yeah,
I think Notre Dame is for sure.
Yeah.
Bunkie, I want to see a little bit more from them.
Hell, what else you want to see? Just 764 yards a week ago.
Right,
broke a school record.
You're right.
Right. Well, I mean, see
Yeah,
win district and stuff, and just
Yeah, I just throw my love that way.
Oh yeah.
Well, you want to watch it. I mean, look at what Notre Dame's doing right now. I mean, Notre Dame's doing really good.
The test is this week,
But
Gary.
the test, like you said, the test is going to be this week to see what
Find
they're
out how
doing.
good they are.
Exactly. That's going to be determining. But it's too early to lock them in right now.
There
You
you
have
go.
to wait till about week 5.
Speaking of playoffs, fellas.
Maybe.
Speaking of playoffs, how about this? Potential playoff rematches down the road after a thrilling week 2 set of games. You could very well see another 3-point game between Brother Martin and St. Paul's in the playoffs. You could very well see Catholic of Baton Rouge and St. Thomas More again down the road in the playoffs. Church Point Marksville, that was a 2-point game. They're in the same division. Captain Shreve Huntington, that was every bit of advertised there. So 4 games there, could potentially see playoff rematches. Are you for it? You want to see teams meet again down the road? Or it's like you don't really care.
Well, it depends on where the brackets fall. It depends on how you get at the end of the year.
Would
and
you
where
want to
it is.
see another Catholic of Baton Rouge St. Thomas More matchup?
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I thought they played in.
STM moved up.
STM moved
Oh,
yeah.
up.
They moved up to Division
Yeah.
One select.
No,
It's still in
heck yeah.
4A, but
Brother Morton, St. Paul's, Division One.
yeah.
Indiana.
Acadiana, Crow.
When Katie Anna and Zachary can't meet up again
No,
because
no.
They're
different.
different. Yeah.
But that would have been
But
another.
Acadiana's still in that conversation
yes.
with Catholic and
Yeah, because
STM.
Zachary's
Right.
Yeah.
is a
So some potential rematches here from week 2 could see them down the road in the playoffs or even the dome.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yes. So some of our teams this past week went out of state or played some teams from out of state. And let's check out their records because we didn't have them on the pick show last week because we don't know anything about the teams from Arkansas or Texas. So let's check out those teams there. Louisiana teams a week ago, they went 3-3. So we went 500 in out-of-state football. Haynesville got the win over Harmony Grove from Arkansas. Oak Grove got the win over Crossett, Arkansas.
Cross it, yeah.
Cross it.
West Monroe fell in a shootout to Pulaski Academy from Arkansas, and I think they recovered 3 onside kicks in a row.
Right.
So Andy Boone, what he did is what Pulaski does.
Yeah,
Right.
Yes.
I watched a series on him. He has a series. I don't know if it's on Netflix or whatever, but it's a series.
Right.
They out of Little Rock, pretty much.
Yes.
That area.
Absolutely. Ruston, all over. I'm gonna bomb it here. Don't quote me. I'm gonna bomb it. Cabot,
Cabot.
Cabot.
Arkansas. Iowa fell to Little Cypress, Texas, and North Dakota fell by 7 to Center, Texas. So out of state competition, we go 3-3. Little 500 week for the teams around the state.
I think that's
Yeah,
North
I think
Dakota played
the-
last year. They had a shootout with them last year. I don't know. I forget who won.
So
There
you
were a couple of
you guys
other
like you guys like seeing our teams go test themselves out of state and go and play some good competition?
Yes.
I mean,
More or less. I mean, it doesn't help you because you can't get PowerPoints from playing out of state teams, but
Right.
it tests your team. It lets you know how you're matching up against out of state schools, which Texas football is different.
Texas
You know,
football's a religion,
Arkansas,
not a
South
sport.
Arkansas football. Arkansas football is pretty decent, but South Arkansas football has a lot of tradition. So it's good to see those teams try to put on for Louisiana. Don't know how much I like it in the scheme of setting yourself up for the playoff, but it's good to see.
I think Ruston is going out of state too this weekend.
Ruston will play anybody right now.
Right,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
think they're playing. I'm not sure if it's this week, but I do
And
know
the
they're
team
playing
they
a
played
team.
last year made a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're playing.
Didn't they play like
a team out of
Prescott or
Odessa,
something
Texas.
last year?
Well, I wonder, were those games scheduled because of the weather?
No.
They
It
were-
was already
they were
locked in.
Yeah,
Yep.
Already locked up.
Yep. So 3-3. Moving forward here, Central Baton Rouge. We talked about them, and here's what we found out. Central Baton Rouge gets a spark and welcomes back the players who were involved in the accident, and they go on to dominate Denham Springs, their rival, at home. Quarterback was back from the accident. The receiver was back from the accident, and those two connected on the touchdown pass. What an incredible moment to see that come, and they're going to be something scary moving forward now that they're back healthy.
Yeah, I wish we'd have known that on Wednesday night. I'd changed my pick. But yeah, it's good to see those guys healthy, and like you said, that team's gonna set themselves up for a deep run
They
again.
won 2 games without them, correct?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah,
One.
two games.
Well, it goes to show you though how deep they were too.
Yeah.
Right.
So great story. Great that they're back. We was praying hard for them, and Central Baton Rouge, they're gonna make a run now.
Central's going to be hard to beat right now. They got a lot of stuff. That accident brought that team together a lot in a lot of ways. So.
Probably more so than it already was.
Right.
So
Yeah.
How about their counterpart right down the road, Catholic of Baton Rouge? They stunned Destrehan a week ago and ended their regular season win streak. How about you come on down to Lafayette and you kick the door down and you stun St. Thomas More at Cougar Stadium to end the state's longest winning streak at 25 games in a row. scary Bears football team could very well repeat. And Chris, from top to bottom, they're loaded.
I mean, I watched the game last year when they played Acadiana. I think it was after our game. The later that night, the later game. Man, they every bit of advertised, you know, and to see them go to Dexterham last week, then STM this week, and knock them off, you know, they.
And then I mean, another great game this week. You guys coming into town.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, they every bit of advertised.
Every bit of advertised. Fellas, thoughts on Catholic of Baton Rouge, real quick. Is that the scariest team in Division I right now?
It's got to be.
I'll say yes, because
right
defending state champs for Division I Select. They come into St. Thomas More, who's playing up, but I mean, realistically, St. Thomas More could have been in Division I Select as soon as this thing started if they wanted to. You know, beat them at home. Defending state champs are. I don't want to say they're a lock to, like, you know, repeat, but if you put your money on it, you could make a decent little amount.
That bracket right there is any given Friday.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a Division I talent standpoint, they probably have the most kids, if I'm not mistaken. Like, for Power 5 schools. Well,
Power 4.
You know we kicked.
yeah, Power 4. My bad.
Power 4, yeah, because
They got
We don't get no more after dark.
several
football.
LSU kids,
Sadly.
some Houston
Screw
kids
Wazoo.
also. They're loaded, man.
Last takeaway from week 2, ladies and gentlemen. Teams, now hear me out. Teams with tough districts down the road, taking care of business in 9-district play. It was critical that they did this. 2-0 starts, had to take care of business. Tough districts, very crucial. We look at Nish, Sulphur, Westlake, South Bow, Baker, Byrd, Lafayette, Buckeye, Catholic of Point Capee, Opelousas Catholic, Sacred Heart, St. Ed's. 2-0 starts, crucial to start out 2-0 this in the 9-district play, knowing what's down the road. Your thoughts of teams taking care of business in 9-district play, knowing they got a loaded district.
Especially that the 5A district with Acadiana.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then those teams starting off to
Nish, Sulphur,
Yeah.
Lafayette.
Yeah. So I mean that's huge for them because I want to say they start district play this week,
Next week.
or next week. Yeah.
One more week.
Yeah, you know, with those districts, every week is a dogfight. Every week is a district championship caliber game. So you have to get those games pre-district, because if not, you can find yourself either out of the playoffs or very, very low seeded where you don't want to be. So taking care of those early season games is very, very crucial.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
That's why you see the scheduling the way it is this year.
You know, all the power points that you can get, especially in tough districts like that, it helps you out. So take care of your early games where you don't have to worry about your district. Your district games aren't necessarily going to help you for power points. They just help you get your seeding.
Right.
So
Couple questions for the panel real quick. Not everyone is 2-0 right now. Not everyone is 1-1, and not everyone is sitting 0-2. Some of these teams did not get to play a week ago. Here's the question. Will teams struggle with field rust this week after canceled games last week and limited practice sessions, meaning routes might not be on time, more cramps than we've seen this year, maybe lack of focus from not being able to have a game week last week? Will any of those things come into play this week as teams finally get back on the field after missing a week ago?
I think so, because you know the saying is the biggest improvement comes from week 1 to week 2, and that's more said because especially on the central and west part of the state, we can get as much rain, you know, from the hurricane. So you had a sloppy week 1 across the state, and then a lot of people played on dry fields in week 2. So those teams that didn't play, the only time they got any reps was in the mud. So coming back from that in week 3, it could be tough for some teams. But if you had a couple of fall camp injuries, week 1 injuries, gave you time to heal up. So I guess it can go both ways. But I could see some teams starting at least slow in the first half this week, just trying to get back in the rhythm.
Yeah. Well, especially the week off. you don't run as hard and faster like you would do in a regular game.
Right.
And keeping the kids hydrated,
Right.
liquid IV, anything to keep you from catching cramps. Because as we can see, it ain't got cool yet.
Right.
It's hot today. It can be kind of humid. So they got to take care of their bodies. You know what I'm saying? And they probably have, and they probably have been, coaching staffs across the state that didn't play.
Yeah.
Right.
They know what to expect.
Well, right. Well, the teams that played, they're going to have an advantage because, like you said,
Got to catch them back up to speed with teams that are a week ahead of you.
Right, and the cramping situation. Week 1 we saw a lot. Week 2 we didn't see as much, but it was still there. And then week 3 is usually when it starts to wind down, where you don't see it that much. Well, if you didn't play last week, your conditioning might not be where it needs to be. But hopefully the coaches can get them to buy into hydrating and doing the things that they need to do, especially game day. But it actually has to start before that. It has to be there all week.
Wednesday,
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Wednesday you start hydrating, get everything, and then that way you won't have that. But
yeah. What about timing-wise between quarterback, receiver, or lineman pulling, or just the little things that matters?
If you're doing that already in practice,
Right, that's what I said. Limited practice sessions.
right? But I mean, even if you're still doing it in practice, like if I was the coach, I would go far as Friday. Okay, little walkthrough, and just game speed, not really just touching, here and there. Then Monday come, you back to your regular week, But when they was out of school, they couldn't be on campus, and that's the bad thing, When the district shut school down, no one can be on campus.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see,
Next question for the panel, ladies and gentlemen. How about this? I'll throw something out y'all way. After these last 2 weeks and seeing games getting played on weekends, should Saturday and Sunday high school football become a regular thing with the referee shortage that's going on across the state of Louisiana? Maybe having those 7-man crews could help with some of these games moving forward if you have more eyes on the field. It does shorten weeks for these teams and takes away the experience of the Friday Night Lights. Is that something that should be a regular thing moving forward? Saturday, Sunday football.
Nope. Not Sunday.
not Sunday. Saturday.
Saturday, we see a sprinkle of it, but
Yeah.
could we get to the point where you start to see 20, 30, 40 games on Saturdays?
We were seeing it on Saturdays because of the New Orleans area, and a lot of people were sharing the field.
Because we had
Right.
what?
Yeah.
We had 6 games this past Sunday
Right.
Yeah.
because of the weather.
Right. So I don't.
Because I mean,
And a lot of coaches-
everywhere you go,
a lot-
you're hearing about the referee shortage. So I was just throwing something for us to talk about.
A lot of coaches don't like it because of game preparation. They start watching film of the other team the Friday night after the game, and then Saturday they watching film again,
Yes.
and Sunday they watching film, and they game, game plan. So you're taking a day away from those coaches and what they normal routine and what they do.
Right.
And now if they're forced to play on a Saturday and they have to play on a Saturday, then they'll do it. But as
It's
far
not
as
ideal.
scheduling it,
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of teams.
And then you
coaches
see
want to.
5-man crews on Thursdays and Fridays, but like if you get to them weekend games where you have the flexibility of some of these referees, you get good competitive games called on these weekends with the 7-man crews that you see in the playoffs.
You have more games on Fridays and Thursdays. So
Yeah.
He says,
That's what I
if
was
anything,
thinking.
have more games on
Yeah,
Thursdays.
and you got to think
Right.
about it too, because you have a lot of schools. You have some community schools. Not every school you have kids that live close. So you start playing on Saturdays and Sundays, and specifically Saturdays. You got to make sure kids get there. You got to make sure they get fed. You
Especially
keep them in
like a
school,
big zone,
straight out of
let's say,
school.
bullshit.
Hey, y'all go
Cover.
relax a little while. We have a meal in 30 minutes.
get off your feet.
We get to the game, but you play at Saturday at 3:00. You don't know what these kids are doing all day. You never, they might not show up. You can't make sure they're fed, hydrated. There's a lot that goes into it. Like Brayden said, I'd rather see Thursday games instead of Saturday games.
I pretty much say the same too.
Real quick,
Thursday.
this past Saturday, about dang near died at
Yeah.
the top of the press box with that
Gotta play 'em at
with
night.
that heat ball. Oh, Saturday Night Lights is the only thing I'll do moving forward.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. Oh man,
It was
hot.
It was cooking at noon
Yeah.
for Lafayette Renaissance in Abbeville.
Like you said, that part, kids miss the atmosphere. That's a big thing. You don't have the same atmosphere because you got college football going, people going to tailgates. Sunday,
And think about this real quick. 3 straight weeks Under the Lights will cover a Saturday game. This has never happened before.
Yeah,
Right.
never has.
Go ahead.
Sunday, nobody wants to do nothing on Sundays. I mean, yeah, you want to watch football, but
Yeah.
come on, man. Everybody wants to
Put
barbecue,
the
hang
Dr.
out at the
Peppers
house.
down.
Tell him, Devin.
I'm also a firm believer in habits. You're changing kids' habits, changing games to Sunday and Saturday, and that can affect kids. I've seen it.
I'll give you an example. Last year when we went to state,
Real quick.
and we had to.
Real quick for you, before you finish your statement. I'm not saying I want Saturday and Sunday football, because I love watching college football, and I love watching the Saints on Sunday. I'm just giving us a talking point from
Right.
these last 2 weeks where we did see Saturday and Sunday football.
Coach, he had to change the routine because you have a routine of on Fridays, like you said, they in school all day. 3 o'clock, 2:45 hit. Hey, to the field house, off your feet for a few hours.
Yeah.
Bam. Well, throughout that week, you practicing every day at 3 o'clock. So he changed the practice up at 7 o'clock in the morning to get them acclimated to being getting ready to play at 12 noon. So you have to get these kids ready to play at these times on a Saturday, 12 noon, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Like it's hard.
Changes the element of the game, like you
Well,
said, with
And
heat
I'll
and
put it to
everything.
you like this. So I had worked Saturday morning before I went to Beauchamp and covered that game with them. I had worked,
That's a 12.
and I worked. I work at a restaurant, and it's pretty. It's usually always busy for LSU
called
games on Saturday. I noticed they kicked me out before 2 o'clock, and I was like, "There's not a lot of people here." I'm like, and one of my managers had asked me, "Is like, why do you think there's not that many people?" I'm like, "There's a lot of Saturday football games. You're not gonna have them." Parents are not going to come. The parents are not going to come watch the game, and everyone who's like going to a game, they're not going to go watch the game at a restaurant first,
Right.
and then they have to go to their kids'
Look at
football
this.
games later on or whatever. You know, it's just if it has to be done Saturday, then yeah. But I do tend to agree with y'all that it should be a few more Thursday night games.
Right.
But at the same time, hopefully next year we can get more officials, and this won't be an issue.
Hey, this is
I have a feeling that won't happen, but
This is a golden moment here for Under the Lights if this does happen. He said, "Get ready for Thursday playoff football in the first round."
It's possible.
didn't we
Yeah.
do a Thursday?
That's
We
possible.
did a Thursday last
Had one.
year
Yeah, you
Well,
have
we
to.
have on East Boat?
because of the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that okay,
Last one on this subject, and we got to go.
okay.
Yeah.
The thing about it is on the weekend games and stuff. If you're going to play it on Saturday, okay, you got to watch it and be careful with that. I mean, you playing these games at noon. You want to talk about that's whenever you have issues with
Player
heat
safety.
and everything like that, cramping all this. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm still recovering from the sunburn that we got on that Saturday game, and you know, so you got to be careful with that.
When we did Welsh,
Welsh
and
and
Kenner,
Kenner. I mean, I'm still peeling.
When we
You
did that
know,
Port
what
Barry,
was it?
Port Barry,
Barry Beauchamp
last
game,
year.
everything
Yeah,
we
last
did
year.
last year.
You know, so you got to be careful with all that as far as health of these kids. If you're going to have a Saturday game, you're going to have it more towards the evening, like
Unless
you know,
it's-
or,
unless
the
it's-
season.
or later,
unless
or
it's
later in the
October,
season,
Yeah.
or later in
November.
the season.
Correct.
Correct.
All right, so that was just something to talk about here. See, our points don't really matter. The coaches are gonna do what they want, and
Yeah, they're gonna talk to each
Yeah.
other and
they're gonna
Yeah.
figure it out.
Mhm.
And then y'all just let us know what day you need us to come.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, we start with Alex. We'll go across. Best team in the state through 2 weeks right now in the Lafayette area. Who is it?
It's tough because you know
No.
you would want to
Make-
say LCA,
Make a choice.
but at the same breath you gotta see look at who has
It's your
team played.
opinion.
Best team in the state?
In
In
the-
Lafayette.
Best
Lafayette
team in the
area.
Lafayette area.
Through 2 weeks. Through 2 weeks.
I'm just gonna say LCA because they're 2-0.
LCA.
LCA.
Garrett.
But it's not transitive.
Man,
Like you can't.
I'm, you
Give a
know,
love for the
I think
Rams.
LCA is
I've
good.
been watching play Friday.
No, the Rams I think are good, but right now I hate to say in the Lafayette
I was gonna
area,
say
I still think
Why
it's STM.
STM. Okay. LCA for me.
STM.
STM.
I'm gonna pick. I'll pick STM.
Okay.
Can I change mine?
Acadiana shows love.
Acadiana.
Acadiana needs love too.
Okay.
I watched them both play this weekend.
Okay. Let's
They
go.
took Rustin to the
Moving
wire.
forward. Baton Rouge area. Through
You saying
2
that to
weeks.
keep
Who
you
is
out-
it?
You saying that to keep you out of the doghouse?
Catholic Baton Rouge.
Catholic Baton Rouge.
Central.
Central Baton Rouge.
Catholic.
Catholic. Catholic of Baton Rouge for me.
Catholic.
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 Catholic. Southwest Louisiana. Who's the best team from that direction? Like the Lake Charles area.
Oh wow.
Barb.
I know why you're saying it.
I think so. I think Barb's got it going right now.
Holden, who is it?
No, I lied. You pick Barb. Give me Westlake.
Westlake. Okay, good.
Yeah, Westlake's not
Westlake,
bad too.
Barb.
Westlake,
Who you
Barb.
said?
I said Barb.
Who's in the southwest part of Lake Charles?
Iowa, Vinton,
Yeah.
South Bowl.
Iowa might make
Grand
a
Lake.
Grand Lake's really good too.
Yeah, I'll go Iowa since they played a team from Texas last week.
And it was a good game, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
No.
Yeah.
Blowout.
I thought it was close at first.
Some games look
Who's
close.
feeling busting salt?
I'm gonna go with Iowa still.
Okay,
I'm gonna take Westlake.
Westlake it is. Leesville, yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
This was a good choice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. Yeah.
How about in Sinla? Sinla.
Ash.
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 Same.
Ash.
I'm gonna say Ash, but I want to see more out of possibly Bunky and Gina.
Good. Here we go. That is our Sinla. New Orleans area. Who is it?
Car.
JFK.
JFK, Carr.
Right now, JFK.
JFK. I'm going Archbishop Rummel. First 2 weeks, they beat LCA and they beat ULAB. That's mine.
Man,
Well,
my pick.
You got to remember, Carr didn't play last week, so that's why I went Rummel. Holden. Through 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Just go through 2 weeks for now. I'm still gonna go.
Fountain Blue.
We're not in New Orleans. North
Okay.
Shore.
Yeah, you stole my pick, Jordy. I was gonna say Rommel, especially that impressive one over ULAB.
How about the Bayou region? Who is it?
Right.
Edie White. From me too. Alex. Terrebone's 2-0. You like them?
Destrehan considered by as New Orleans.
That's from on the top of New Orleans.
Yeah, that's your hands up.
Troy.
Troy said, hell no.
Oh, Troy.
I would.
St. Aug would be a tough one not to pick for New Orleans. I like Edie White. Anybody else going with Edie White?
I like Edie White too.
I'll take Edie White as well. I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly
North.
Lutcher. I want to see a little bit more from
Vanderbilt
them.
Catholic will surprise people. Yes.
Yeah.
North
Yes.
Louisiana, you get 3.
You get 3 picks.
Yeah.
Neville, Calvary,
And
Haynesville.
You get 3 picks.
I don't like yours.
Calvary, Ruston.
Better.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
I gotta leave some for
Calvary,
y'all.
Ruston. Neville.
Same 3 for me. Ruston, Neville, Calvary Baptist.
Right. Me
Same
too.
3 for
Yeah.
Gary.
Don't sleep on Washington Christian.
Yeah.
Sleeping on them.
Don't sleep on them.
Sleeping on them. With
But,
those 3.
Yeah, with those 3. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about overall up there. They're
Holden,
pretty good.
who's your 3? You like Airline?
No.
Oh,
No.
can I change mine?
Yeah.
Ruston,
Okay.
Calvary, North Soul.
Ruston, Calvary, North Dakota. This is a good one here. Ruston, and Ruston.
Go ahead.
I like that one. I like that one a lot
Can't
better.
argue with that. I want to see something. I want to check something.
Nope, we ain't got time.
You can't take away from North Soul what they've been
No.
doing the past couple of years,
Right. Yeah.
and even what they're doing this year. You know,
Yeah. You chose your 3 already,
Yeah,
Holden, or is
yeah.
it my turn?
I'm just go same with Jordy.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna take Ruston. Ruston, Neville, Calvary. Yeah, I wanted to throw a small school in there that's really good too. Like I was thinking maybe Logansport or Haynesville.
You did
but
throw a small school. You got Calvary in
Calvary
there.
Baptist.
Calvary Baptist got like 100-something kids.
Yeah, but they're
Two-
small.
They're a small
it.
school.
Every boy in the
small
school.
school.
I'm talking like I want to throw a
That's
small
the rule.
public school in there. Is what I was trying to
the
do.
team is
Do
their
it.
home.
So you're going with those 3? I got to move on because we're going to
Let's
be
go.
here till
Yeah, no,
11:30.
you're good.
Go
You're
ahead,
good.
go
You're
ahead.
good.
Go ahead. Keep on.
Shout out Delhi Charter.
There you go.
2-0.
UTL top 10 this week. We changed it. we changed the format now that we got an identity on some of these teams. Now we're going Division 4, non-select and select together. Division 3, selects and non-select together. Same thing, 2 and 1. Instead of just doing a large school, small school, we're going together. Division 4, 3, 2, 1, non-select, select. No particular order. Ready?
Where we on
Yeah,
select?
let's go.
Division 4, non-select and select together.
So just Division 4.
Division 4.
Division 4.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Just
gotcha.
Division 4.
Yeah, that's-
Chris is going to write it down. Chris
I
is
already
going
wrote
to tell
that
me
before
how
I wrote it down.
trash of it is. And he's going to tell me who should be out of it
Who not in it?
and who should be in it.
All right, let's go.
Division 4, non-select and select, top 10, no particular order.
No,
I
that-
cannot
that's
put them in a.
combined. That's
I can't
non-select
put them in
and select.
order. Once I see once I get to the week 5 point, I will start putting them in order.
Right.
That's cool with everybody in the panel. Thumbs
Yeah,
up
yeah,
if that's
I'm
cool.
on
There you go. That's fine.
All right,
Let's go with no particular order.
no particular order.
Division 4.
Vermilion Catholic,
Okay.
Yeah.
Washita Christian,
Yep.
Yeah.
Haynesville,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Ascension Catholic,
Yep.
St. Martin's Episcopal,
Mm-hmm.
Southern Lab, Jeanerette,
Yeah, I like that one.
Mangum, Covington Christian,
Definitely Christian. Yeah.
and South Plaquemines.
That's not bad.
Chris?
Oak Grove still in Division 4?
No.
Or Division 3? Okay, I'm just checking to be sure.
Let me hear it, Chris. I left out a good Catholic appointed P team. I left out a good Sacred Heart team. Who you taking out of this top 10? Nope, they're not in order.
South Covenant Christian.
Because South Plaquemines wouldn't be in 10.
Covenant Christian.
You taking out Covenant Christian? And who you entering?
OC.
You entering OC? Okay. You changing anything?
Not at this point. I
Too
mean,
early to
yeah,
tell,
it's
huh?
too early.
Yeah. Too
Okay.
early to tell. I like it. I like what you got.
I like it, but it's still too early.
Too early to tell? Okay. Here we go. Anything? Division 3. Let's go Division 3. Top 10. St. Martin's. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Division 3, okay then.
2-0. We're going to keep them in for now. We'll see if they can take down Riverside this year. Right. Jeanerette
Yeah.
did not play a week ago. Yep. They're
Yeah.
not battle tested, but they still have a football team that's quarterfinal,
Right.
semifinal good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we'll see how they play out these next couple weeks.
All
How about Division 3, non-select, select, top 10, no particular order? This one might get hairy. Might get hairy here. Because, they did lose last week, so he can't give me much trouble here. Gina, Sterlington, Calvary Baptist, Dunham, Lafayette Christian Academy, Notre Dame, Oak Grove, Newman, Catholic in New Iberia, and Bunkie. Talk to me, Chris.
That's actually not bad. That's actually
Well,
pretty good, too.
Catholic New Iberia is back in it
Yeah.
after rolling Como a week ago, so they played on the dry field. Week 1, Mudfest.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
And then grab that paper back there, Enoch, of the teams that are in every division, and bring it over here.
I got a select one.
I like-
The non-select. Here it is.
I like it.
So
Take
if you
over.
find something in this category that you would like to change, there's the list of teams in every
I was gonna say,
division.
You got another one like that? I want to look at it too.
Probably not.
Okay. Division 3, non-select, select. If you combined it, who's the top 10 right now? No particular order. Gina, Sterlington, Calvary, Dunham, LCA, Notre Dame, Oak Grove, Newman, Catholic, New Iberia, Bunkie. Did we leave anybody out? Somebody should be taken out.
St. James.
You won't say James in there?
They undefeated, right?
1-0. Did not play a week ago.
You throw a Westlake in there.
Westlake.
Westlake.
Okay. Okay.
ERAF
Good.
keeps playing the way they do. They could maybe possibly find themselves closer to. The
And
end
remember,
of the
this is me.
Yeah, there's a
choosing
lot of
this.
teams. I mean, that's
This
one
is
of those
not-
that are.
This is not theirs.
year.
So they can race whoever they want for mine, put whoever they want in. So they have the free will at this time to. And Troy said, leave them out.
Yeah, leave them out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would like a St. James in there.
And who would you take out? Catholic New Iberia until they play in somebody else?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Ready to go to Division 2?
Yep.
Division 2, non-select and select. Braden, you need me to say Division 3 again? Let us know in the comments if you need me to say it again. Division 2, non-select, select, top 10 this week, no particular order. John F. Kennedy,
Yep.
University Lab, North DeSoto, Archbishop Shaw, E.D. White, Lutcher, Lakeshore, Cecilia, Opelousas, and Northwest.
Cool.
Division 2. That's
Well,
one I was more.
You had Iota on there.
I did not.
You could possibly argue them.
Okay.
I would argue Iota.
Right there.
Maybe.
Who would you take
Leesville,
off?
Leesville won last week, right?
I would take Lakeshore off. That would be one I'd take off.
They're 2-0 right now, so I'll put them in.
But who they play?
Fountain Blue.
Chalmette
Us and Chalmette.
and
Yeah.
Fountain Blue.
But
So-
who do you put back in? It's not really that
They aren't
stacked.
bad, but they're not. Still a little bit.
E.D. White is in the in there. Yep.
Yeah, E.D. White's there.
Yep. I said them.
Yeah.
That's D2 select and non-select.
Yeah.
Combined.
Yeah, all these combined.
If they were combined,
That's a. I
and
think it's good.
Somebody in
Who
the
are
chat
the
was
top
saying
10
that
teams
keep an
right
eye on
now
Vanderbilt Catholic
in
this year,
that?
too.
If
Turlins.
Turlings is not in
That's
there.
not.
No, that's
They're in Division
Division
1.
They're in Division
Oh,
One.
one.
Yes, sir.
Damn, I forgot. They went up.
Bell Chase. If Bell Chase wins this week, I have no choice but to put them in.
yeah. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yep. E.D. White missing their quarterback last week, so I could not take them out for that.
Right.
I think you spot on right there, man.
I like Division 2. That's the one I was more comfortable
Yeah.
with.
Yeah,
now,
well-
trying to put Division 1 together,
Nah, it's just.
that was hard.
that one was difficult. Yes, Lutcher was in there also. Yep, got them in there also. Division 1, I left out some teams where I could have had a top 15 here because of how good Division 1 is. Okay? Chris, you got your handy dandy pen ready?
I'm looking at something real quick.
Okay.
They. So
Who's the team I can tell you if they won or lost?
it's not that they won it all, but Westgate goes up.
Westgate's 1-0.
But they
And they're in Division 1. Yes.
This is
Right,
Division One
that-
non-select.
That's what threw me off.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Good. Everybody's good with that Division 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Okay. No changes. The panel said no changes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I threw one that
For,
you could
for
have maybe
now,
argued
that's
was.
For now, yeah.
that's
Okay.
pretty solid. That's
Okay.
pretty solid.
Division 1 non-select select. If they combine, here's a top 10, no particular order. And good God, was this difficult because I left out some heavyweights. Okay? Alex, I left out some heavyweights here. Whenever y'all ready.
Go ahead.
We
Go for it.
I ain't got it right. I know what you got to say.
Who I'm going to say?
Rustin, Carr.
Rummel. Write it down.
They on that too.
Rummel, Brother Martin, Catholic of Baton Rouge, Edna Carr, Acadiana, Alexandria, St. Aug, Neville, Ruston, Central of Baton Rouge. Left out a big heavyweight there.
Yeah.
Acadiana's win last week. I put them in. Let Acadiana and STM
Fight for that spot.
fight for that spot.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, there's so many teams that you could put in right there. It's hard to come in the top 10, but I like it.
Because with the what I'm looking at with Go Preps, they got Ruston, Carr, Catholic BR, John Curtis, Acadiana, Zachary, St. Aug.
And then John Curtis playing North Shore a week ago. I went strength of schedule here.
Right.
Acadiana with Zachary.
Dexterhan, Neville, Dutchtown. First 5 out, Rummel, Brother Martin, Central, Mandeville, and Alexandria. Pretty much the...
And think about this, Chris. Dexterhan, Alexandria plays this week. Winners in next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Alexandria next week.
Make some changes. I want to hear.
You can't.
I mean, right now, STM
It's
would be
too
the
early.
one, but
Yeah.
who would you
Too
put him
early.
in over?
Brother Martin.
Brother Martin right now? Brother Martin, 2 wins came against
It was
who?
either going to be, for me, to put STM in, it was either going to replace, I was either going to replace Brother Martin or Acadiana.
Who's Brother Martin's 2 wins again? And
I'll look.
the preseason.
Preseason. Brother Martin had,
I'm drawing a blank here.
I'm pulling up their schedule right now, at least for the regular season.
Uh,
They had St. Paul's and East Ascension that they beat.
I
And
mean,
then I
St.
think in
Paul's
their
is
jamboree they beat John Harris.
St. Paul's is a top 20
East
team.
Ascension in there yet, but
Yeah.
East Ascension still in the climb.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
East Ascension was going to be
80 yards and 29.6 the other day. So, substitute STM for Brother Martin would be the
I think
only
that-
one
I think you could do that.
y'all would do here.
yeah.
right.
There's somebody else we're leaving out.
Westgate.
Westgate,
Yeah.
1-0, went into factor here. I think everybody on this
If they-
list
if they
played
would've-
2
Yeah,
games.
they're
If they would have played last week
Huh?
and won,
Their
I
fans in
would
there?
have probably put Westgate in.
Who?
It took Catholic to the wire.
Yeah.
And then who they beat in week 2?
Did they play?
Yes, they beat Bonneville. So I went straight
Yeah.
to schedule here.
Right.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, there you go.
Bonneville.
Bonneville.
All right.
So, tough. Division 1 loaded.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
What else we got, guys? Real quick, I'm gonna run through some of these. St. Aug.
St. Aug.
They in there.
I put them in there, correct?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
in there.
but
Yeah.
I don't know about that anymore.
Yeah.
I got them in there.
Old boy is not at St. Aug no more.
Well, I mean, look with the points they scored against Cecilia this past week.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
That's true.
here's some quick headlines real quick. We're gonna run through these. Bunky breaks a school record, 764 total yards. Defense only gave up 90 yards. Dylan Compton continues to do Dylan Compton things, accounted for 367 yards, 5 TDs.
Who they played?
St. Louis. Xavier Ford, again, back-to-back weeks, rushed for 400 yards, 6 touchdowns. He currently sits at 700 yards plus and 12 TDs.
What's the state record?
Find out. Find out for me.
Enoch, come on.
Hey, shout out to your family
Brayden.
here. Shout out to your family. Bar quarterback Jalandon Gray broke the 2,000 career passing yards mark Saturday against Lake Charles College Prep. So shout out there. Mandeville Skippers got a good one at the tailback position. His name is Nate Shepard. He's committed to Duke University. And he helped his team go 2-0. Another team that could probably be in that
He had 6
top
touchdowns.
10
Also
before long down the road. How about a 6 touchdown night from the skipper himself? Tayshawn Baden, we saw him last year with Pearl River. He had 6 touchdown night at the running back position. We talked about Catholic of Baton Rouge ending STM's 25-game win streak. Northwest, a little love here from your quarterback. 11 for 12, 244 through the air, 5 TDs. And Brock Mathern era has begun at East Ascension. Congratulations, Coach. First win of many at East Ascension from everyone here at the panel. Beauchene renames their stadium Walter Davis Stadium, and Eunice renames their stadium Paul Trosclair Stadium. So 2 new names here in St. Leger Parish this past week. Multiple games canceled. New games were created. Finally have an idea of some teams after a dry field this past week. And finally, Javen Vital from Hamilton Christian, 6 total touchdowns, 2 punt return touchdowns. Congratulations to all the great stats. Hey, send us in some stats over the weekend if you had a big impact player, and we'll read them off on the shows moving forward. Chris, let us know. We'll see it up close and personal this week, but down the road, if something happens, one of you guys goes off, we would love to read it on the show. You have Fountain Blue, got a guy went off for how many catches?
He had 212 yards, 1 touchdown. I forgot how many catches. Sebastian Miller.
Yep, 10 plus catches and a tutty for Fountain Blue. So, and Tyler's Metrodome, 3 touchdown night for the Red Devils. Cart 1 at the receiver position, threw 1 at the quarterback position, and he ran 1 at the quarterback position. So congratulations there. Broad field, baby. All right, let's go. Time to pick some games, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to pick some games with us, leave them in the chat. Beauchamp did a great thing naming the stadium. Absolutely.
Yeah, man, he deserved it.
Yeah, we saw the ceremony. We saw the ceremony at halftime. Absolutely. All right, if you would like to follow along with the panel, pick some games with us, leave your picks in the chat. Holly's lock of the week 2-0. Can she make it 3? Yes or no?
I think so.
We'll see.
I don't know the game, so we'll see.
Depends on the
All
games
right.
he picks, right?
I don't
Right.
remember who we threw for.
Holly is not on the second page, but she's halfway down the first. Is that better?
That's fair.
It's getting better. All right, there you go.
All right. Here we go. Thursday Night Lights. Week 3 edition. Here we go. Couple of 0-2 teams getting squared off in LeBeau, Louisiana. Pine Prairie, North Central. Who wins it?
I like Pine on the road.
Man, I want to roll with North Central just because I want them to get a win, man.
Okay.
But I'm cool with Pine Prairie.
Okay. Garrett?
I think Pine Prairie is going to be a little too much for North Central.
Holton?
Fine.
Enoch?
Very different. Mine went to North Central, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna take Pine Prairie. They're gonna break a 23-game losing streak.
Good deal. I
Come
like
on,
Pine
Thursday.
Prairie also. You like Coach Mikey over
yeah,
there.
Mikey.
Big win for
Yeah.
the Panthers this week. How about 1-1 Kinder against Rose Pine this week? Everyone in favor thinks Kinder's going to roll and roll big.
Roll
Yeah,
big.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets get back in their winning ways this
Agreed.
week.
Agreed.
How about Lafayette Renaissance 2-0? Ville Platte comes into town looking for their first win of the year. Lafayette Renaissance, what you think? You think Ville Platte can give them challenges in the
No.
secondary against that really good receiver attack, or you like
No.
Renaissance here?
Renaissance gonna move to 3-0.
Yeah, same.
Ville Platte will have a
Renaissance.
few good plays, and Ville Platte's played a decently tough schedule so far.
Yeah, Notre
Yeah.
Dame a week ago.
But
So
Lafayette
Northside.
Renaissance will
Northside week 1, yeah.
will win this one.
Lafayette Renaissance got something cooking
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, they got it.
All right, here we go. Westlake 2-0. Washington Marion 1-1. Very impressed with Westlake so far to start out the season. Can they continue the winning ways here in week 3?
Yep. Westlake is a very good football team. Give me Westlake.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Westlake too.
Me too.
Across the board?
Yep.
Across the board.
Give me the Rams.
Oakdale searches for their first win of the season. They welcome in a 2-0 Grand Lake football team. Grand Lake, they're rolling here early, but Oakdale, you can't take that team lightly. They might be able to figure it out here in week 3 at home. You think they can pull off a big win?
I think Oakdale could give Grand Lake trouble just with their athletes, but at the end of the day, I think Grand Lake does enough to get the win on the road.
They play each other hard every year.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
good matchup.
They do.
I'm gonna go on a limb with Oakdale here.
Oakdale for Chris. Garrett?
I'm going Grand Lake.
Okay. Holden?
I like Grand Lake.
I'm taking Grand Lake.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm going Oakdale with this one. Agree with you, Chris.
Okay.
Got you, my friend. Oakdale picks up their first win. Let's get done with these Thursdays real quick.
All right.
2-0 Sterlington, 1-1 Ouachita Parish. Big game Friday night for these two. Sterlington moves to 3-0, or Ouachita Parish continues their winning ways at home.
This is a tough one.
Good ball game.
I'm gonna go with Sterlington. I think they're just gonna have a little bit too much for Ouachita Parish, but it's gonna be a heck of a game.
Yeah, I'm staying here with Sterlington.
Me too.
I like Ouachita. some big boys that they got.
Control the line of scrimmage, Holden.
They shut out Wassman.
I'm taking a Ouachita Parish as well at home. If this game was in Sterlington, I'd go the other way.
Yeah. Tough battle here. Back and forth action. I think Ouachita Parish steals one late, finds a way to win at home. Split panel there, 3-3. Like it. It's going to set up for a great Friday selections. How about John F. Kennedy and Santa Mont and this one? I probably said it wrong again.
Santa.
Yes, what they said.
Well, Duck Roost
Hey.
in the thing. I don't
Yeah.
think to fuss,
Will not pick against John F. Kennedy moving forward. I like John F. Kennedy.
Same here.
Me too.
JFK.
It was a prove me week last week.
They did it.
They did it
They
good.
did it in a big way. So I'm a believer.
Next game is coin toss.
Holden,
Alex got some.
Kennedy,
Yeah, got a quarter.
who's got a quarter? Next up,
I don't need it for this game.
0-2 St. Martinville, 0-2 Bro Bridge. Two teams limping into Thursday night's contest. St. Martinville's backup quarterback will play. Bro Bridge's backup quarterback will play. This one's going to be live on Under the Lights for everyone that's in their living rooms with their recliners propped up, eating some good popcorn, drinking some good Dr. Pepper, watching some Thursday night NFL football, and live on Under the Lights. Bro Bridge, St. Martinville, something's got to give tomorrow night. Who wins it? Who gets that first win? And which backup quarterback will perform in the clutch?
I'm on the call, so
Alex is on the call.
Uh,
I like this. 3-2 final score.
Mississippi State 2007.
Alex is on the call and I'm on the call, so no picks for us.
remember the kid named Daly Porter,
For which team?
Bro Bridge.
Got it.
I'm picking Bro Bridge.
Bro Bridge for Chris. Gary?
Man, this is a toss-up, but I think home field is going to give Bro Bridge the edge. So I'm going with Bro Bridge.
Holden.
Give me the Ville.
St. Martinville for Holden. Enoch.
I'm taking St. Martinville in this one. I feel like they have a little bit more. So I'll be watching this one while working in the kitchen for
Live on Under the Lights.
Yep.
Friday night
Watching from the
football. Lake Arthur Bolton. Lake Arthur Rose.
yep.
Yeah.
Across the board
A little
here.
surprised they lost that game, but Lake Arthur should take care of Bolton fairly easily.
Gate on. And Central Private. Central Private lost a heartbreaker last week. A shootout, 1 point loss. Gaydon gets their first win of the season a week ago. Can they find win number 2 on the road?
No, I like Central Private at home.
I'm over with Gato.
Gaydon for Chris. Gary.
Man. I'm going to give Central an edge. I'm going to go at home.
Holden.
Give me Central.
Enoch.
I'll take Central Private as well.
I'm going Central Private also. Shout out to head football coach over there. Good friend to the panel.
So what y'all
Gets
what y'all know that I don't know about this game?
Central
They can
Private
score.
actually lost a shootout last week and then played a really good team week 1. Gaydon beat North Central a week ago.
Oh, I'm picking Central Private.
Switching your pick?
Yeah.
Everybody heard that.
Mhm.
And
Okay, we're switching it right now.
Yep.
Okay.
ain't be the last time I'm gonna switch.
Centerville back in action this week after the week off with the storm messed up their week 2 game. They're going to hit the road, head on down to Thomas Jefferson. So, can Centerville go 2-0, Alex?
Yes.
Same here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm taking Centerville as well, man.
Yes, Centerville across the board. Coach Jefferson gets win number 2. How about East Bow at Crowley? Crowley searching for their second win of the season. I think they might get it here against a down East Bow team.
Yeah.
East Bow seems like they're rebuilding this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crowley's going to win that game.
Crowley should win, yes.
Everybody across the board?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about Beauchamp at Delcom? Beauchamp searches for their first win of the season against a Delcom team that's riding high after a big win a week ago. They handle business at home. Now they welcome in 4A Beauchamp. Can they take care of business another week?
I don't think so. I think Delcom's going to get a win at home this week.
Man, I want to pick Beauchamp bad, but not this week.
Garrett?
Delcom.
I think Delcom's going to be too much at home.
I almost wrote you down in the wrong spot. You said Delcom?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
Delcom.
Enoch.
Beauchamp.
Beauchamp.
I knew
They'll
that.
figure it out.
I
They'll
have-
figure it out.
I have
figure it out
to.
enough.
I hope so.
I have
I
to.
think they will.
I have to agree with
Clean
him.
up the penalties.
I have to agree with him
Stay
here.
on offense.
Well, Barry needs the PowerPoints. Beauchamp, the size makes the difference in here late against Delcom. Not many points scored. Not many points.
Well, since y'all don't need me Friday night, I might go ride out and touch that game. I don't
Do
know.
what you do, but watch my shoes. Peabody Fountain Blue, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not even happening.
Peabody searching for their first win. Long road trip. Fountain Blue, good win a week ago. Explosive offense. Fountain Blue rolls or
Yep.
Peabody shocks the Bulldogs.
Fountain Blue.
That was blue.
I'm gonna pick Fountain Blue.
Hey, not often, but look at us. Look at us.
Look
Look,
at us.
it took us
Yes.
6 years and 3 days and 27 minutes. But we have picked Fountain Blue on this panel, ladies and gentlemen.
Might be across the board.
Yeah.
Pick.
Found blue by a lot.
Okay.
I knew
Checking
that
with
pick
you.
was it.
Fountain Blue at home. Peabody might make this a game. I'm not sure. I don't know much about either team, but I'm gonna take Fountain Blue at home.
Fountain Blue at
I don't
home.
know. I don't know much about either.
Across
one
the
of them, so.
board. How about Catholic and New Iberia?
Rolls.
1-1 over Patterson this week. They got back to their winning ways a week ago, and they look stinking good after they
Yeah.
got on the drive field. New Iberia rules, right, fellas?
Yep.
Yes.
Troy said, now that we picked y'all, you're going to lose. That's how it works. He said, once you pick, that's how it works. Alex, Chris, Gary, Holden, Enoch, Jordan, across the board. Leesville at Manny. Leesville rolls.
Yep.
He reached
Manny's
1,000
down,
yards.
sadly.
He gets 1,000 yards this
He
week.
gets 1,000
I
yards.
like it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Man-
Shout
Manny.
out to his offensive line, man. He
Yeah.
can't do it by himself.
Right. And man is just not the same man.
A
as-
rebuild year this
Oh
year.
yeah. They completely rebuilding.
They coming off of a quarterfinal appearance last year. You would think to yourself, man, that's not like them to start out 0-3, but
Right.
could shock the world here and upset Leesville. Don't count them out.
I don't know, man.
I've seen crazier things, but I like Leesville and Xavier Ford.
Correct.
Catholic of Poinka P at Archbishop Hannon. Poinka P starting to like this Hornet football team a lot.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
Same
Yeah,
here.
Catherine
Yeah.
rolls.
Agreement.
They have found their groove, and boy, how they look good in these first 2 weeks. Morgan City comes into town, takes on the Blue Jays at St. Ed's this week. St. Ed's moves to 3-0 this year.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. St. Ed's is gonna win this
Reagan
one.
picked Hannon.
Hannon, okay. What's that called? I think St. Ed's is going to be undefeated going into that OC game week 5.
That's gonna be
That's
interesting.
gonna be a good one.
Yeah, because
Oh,
they got
yeah.
North Central next week, so
They
early district contest between the Blue Jays and Vikings. Everybody's good?
Yep.
St. Ed's?
Yep.
Central Episcopal, 2-0 start. A lot of us did not see this coming, where they beat some teams here in the first couple of weeks where, okay, Central Episcopal Blue Gators got something brewing this season. Abbeville struggling right now. Chris, can they find a way to get a win at home? Talented back in Edmore Simon III. He tried to do it himself on Saturday,
Yeah.
but Lafayette Renaissance just that much better. What
Yeah.
you thinking,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ascension Episcopal on this one.
Chris? I mean Alex?
Yep. Ascension.
Gary?
Yep. Ascension.
Holden?
Yes, sir.
Enoch?
I want to take Abbeville, but I'm going to take Ascension Episcopal.
Ascension Episcopal.
I will not be upset if Abbeville wins this game somehow.
Vinton. We talked about surprise teams 2-0. Here we go. Vinton.
You skipped that.
Yep. Vinton 2-0 this year. Looking to start out 3-0, and Jake can let us know in the chat where is the last time Vinton has started out 3-0. Gonna play a Hamilton Christian team this week, 1-1. They can score a lot of points, but can they stop the run that Vinton is having so far this year?
And that was a toss-up for me, but I really think Hamilton Christian's going to end up having too many explosive plays, a lot of athletes. So I like Hamilton at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Hamilton too. They got a little more athletes than
Last time, 2013. Garrett?
Wow.
Vinton playing some good ball right now, Garrett.
Vinton is playing some good ball, but I think Hamilton's going to be too tough. I think Hamilton's going to have the home field advantage, and I think they're going to do it.
Holden?
I like Vinton.
Good pick. Enoch?
Hamilton Christian at home. I want to see a little bit more from Vinton before I fully jump on that train.
Okay, I like that.
They're good, but I want to see a little bit more from them. If they beat Hamilton Christian, then yeah, I'm buying in.
You took the words out of my mouth. Going Hamilton Christian. Playmakers on the outside are the difference here. Elton, Montgomery, 2 1-1 teams battling it out this week. Who wins it? Elton. Good backfield. Montgomery. Good defense. Good game. Waiting on Friday.
I like Elton on the road.
Did Montgomery win that game last year?
I believe.
Yep.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe that might be the week they burn us, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all picked Elton.
Okay, so you're not doing it again this year.
No, and then they go into Montgomery. No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Montgomery.
Yeah.
This was a
Should have done that too. But I'm gonna leave it.
this was a toss up for me.
I'm gonna leave it.
But I think Elton's offense is good, but I think Montgomery's defense is going to keep them in control. So I think I'm going to give the edge to Montgomery.
Okay. Holden?
I like Montgomery.
Holden, Montgomery. Enoch?
Like me, a good defense. I'm taking Montgomery.
I'm going to take Elton, and I think it's going to be a close ball game. So I'll give the edge to Elton this week. Here we go. 2-0 Nish flying high right now, playing with a lot of confidence. Como, it is homecoming week here as they welcome in Nish. Week 3 homecoming. They're going to be playing with some excitement. Can they get a big win at home to break that streak? Alex.
No, I think Nish is putting something together this year, well improved from what we've seen in recent history. I like Nish to go on the road and get a win.
Chris?
Yeah, I like Nish too. I mean, they scheduled him for homecoming, but yeah, Nish.
Garrett?
I'm with you on that. I think Nish is going to be too strong.
They got a running back over there at
Yes,
Nish.
they do.
That's oh man, Charles. I think I can't say his first name. Somebody let me know in the chat. But he's having himself quite a start to the first 2 weeks.
I like Nish.
Sanga Charles or something like that. Rings a bell.
Oh, something like that. I think. I'll take Nish, I guess. I think this game is going to be closer than people will think, but Nish will find a way to win.
Sucks to lose homecoming. Yes.
Yep.
When Corberry beat Basile last year for homecoming, that was epic.
Mm-hmm. Y'all was at the game, huh?
No, we were at Bunky and Gina. That was about 7,000 people there.
That was fun.
SRO, standing room only.
Yes, Nish across the board.
Right.
Yeah.
How about Oberlin at DeQuincy? Let us know, DeQuincy.
I know who Jake's picking.
Let us know when's the last time DeQuincy started 3-0. Yep.
Brain threw that kid's name in from Nish.
Shanga Charles.
Shanga Charles.
Great back. Let us know the last time they started 3-0 because they got a good shot on Friday to beat the Oberlin Tigers. Can Oberlin go win on the road, Alex?
Give me the fighting Jake McCaws and DeQuincy.
We got you, Jake.
We're gonna catch the train and go meet him out there.
Right, yeah, right. We're going to go for it.
We're going to pick them until they lose, right?
I ain't gonna say all
I
that.
ain't gonna
But
say
we
that.
picking them this week.
This week, yeah.
2016 last time.
We picking them, Jake.
We gonna hop on the train.
Jake's gonna be just like Troy and say, "Don't y'all dare pick us."
He's like, do not do it.
Yep, the Quincy big win at home this week, 3-0 for the first time since 2016. Holden,
Tell Jake's in the train for us.
I'm
That's
tired
right.
of getting burned by them. I'm picking y'all this week. If y'all lose, I'm not picking you ever again.
well, you picked against them week 1 and they won. Well,
Uh-huh.
picking them this week. Here we go. Enoch,
Not so fast. I think Oberlin gets the upset.
not so fast.
Oh,
Good.
he just wants to win again.
This
He's
is
going
where,
against us
This
all.
is where I go.
I want my pick title back.
This is where
this
I
week.
get out of last place.
You the only one that picked them? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where I get out of last place. Mamu at Lafayette. Lafayette, when you talk about confidence, that's a confident Lion group right there. Mamu, how do they respond this week after the tough loss, heartbreaking loss a week ago? Can they get up and get ready to play a talented Lafayette team and make this a competitive 4-quarter game? It'll be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough. I think Lafayette's gonna handle business at home.
Yeah, they're gonna
They'll play with a chip on their shoulder this week.
yeah, and Coach Lamb gonna have Mamu playing, his kids playing real tough, man. I think this Lafayette just gonna be a little bit too much for him.
Got too much depth. As
Yeah.
far as that.
A lot of
Yeah,
depth,
yeah.
yep.
A lot of depth. So I'm going Lafayette also.
Yeah, Mamu's
I think you said my mama. Mamu.
Mamu's gonna play them tough, but I think Lafayette has the better athletes.
Bobby Boucher.
We had a bit of a heartbreaker. Very close loss to Basil.
Yeah, great game though.
It was a great game, right?
Yeah, because I got to watch the second half of it. It was great. A lot of suspense, especially towards the end. But Lafayette, I feel like just has a little bit too much with their athletes. So I'll take the Lions.
Yeah, Lions starting out 3-0 would be crucial, knowing district play starts up next week. Right, fellas?
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier in the show. Crucial before you see the Acadianas and the Karen Crows and all the rest of those in that district.
Correct.
Eunice ERAF, I think these two played in the Jamboree if I'm not mistaken.
Eunice won 28-14.
No, we're thinking of the wrong game.
No.
Because I filmed this game.
No, I'm telling you, they
Eunice
played.
played North Vermilion.
They played
Yeah.
over me.
So they did not play in the Jamboree because I filmed it. ERAF played Rain. Yeah, Rain beat ERAF 28-14 in the Jamboree. So
Got my phone.
we'll take that. We'll take that one and just throw it out there. ERAF right now beat two good teams to start the season. I can't pick against them right now. They're playing really great Bobcat football. I got to go with ERAF, especially at home.
Yeah, I'm
Before the
going with
season
E-Rad
started.
too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with E-Rad too.
They're both Bobcats.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
Bobcats and Bobcats.
I said it.
Somebody said the Bobcats are gonna win.
That's
The
right.
Bobcats are gonna win.
The Blue Bobcats.
Yeah, the Blue
That's
Bobcats.
still my line. I was gonna say the
ERAF
Bobcats.
for everybody.
Yeah, give me the Blue Bobcats.
But don't take Eunice.
Give me Eunice.
Don't take Eunice lightly
Change
here
it.
because
I never picked.
He never picked.
Okay.
they played Northwest close week 1. What says they go and get a big win here in week 3? They're very capable.
Give me Eunice.
Good pick. This is where you get ahead of us.
Maybe.
Sacred Heart and Basil. Sacred Heart looking to start 3-0. Basil emotional win a week ago. Can they feed off of that and go and get another one at home this week? Tough task. Talented Trojan football team coming in to play at Hanson Field.
Yeah, I like Sacred Heart kind of big here.
Yeah, Sacred Heart.
Yeah, me too. Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart.
Give me the Fighting Aguilars taking Sacred Heart.
Going Sacred Heart across the board. Good offensive line. The difference here in this one. Sacred Heart, big night on rushing the football. Rain and Church Point. Church Point, big win a week ago against Marksville. Rain Bad taste in their mouth last week.
Throw the records out.
Throw the records out. Good game
These
coming.
These two teams, yeah, you're right.
Yep, Sacred Heart, they are rolling right now. Absolutely. 1-1. Throw the records away. Bear. Oof. Correct me. Bobcat Stadium. Battling Bear Stadium.
I'll get right there. Bears, dude.
We talked a lot.
I think that's Spike, man. I think you got a
We
Spike.
talked about a lot of Bobcats leading up to this. So, Battling Bear Stadium will be rocking Friday night. Can Rain come in and get a big win, or is the Bears just too physical for them?
Rain is going to have too much offense for Church Point, and honestly don't know if Church Point will be able to exploit what Rain doesn't do good on defense. Give me Rain.
I'm gonna go with Church Point because they're at home.
Home field advantage.
Yeah, I'm going Church Point.
Them Bears.
Battling Bears for Holden. Enoch.
I'm this one's tough for me.
Alex,
Marksville burned
Alex, you
me
need the
whenever
church-
they
you
lost
need
that
the
close one to
PowerPoint,
Church
We're playing
Point.
both.
Oh yeah.
Marksville kind of burned me when Church Point won that close game. I won't pick up against the Bears this week. I'll give Church Point the benefit of the doubt.
Hey, last week Church Point big win against a
I
really
think they can build on it.
a really good Marksville team. That's all I need to know there. I think they get another win here at home. If this was flipped to Rain, I'll be making the other pick around.
Yeah, if
Right.
it was at Rain, I'd pick them, but I'm gonna go.
That's a rivalry game.
Oh yeah, because they used to be district opponents a while back. Those.
Look at this game.
Hey, a great game here. How about we go Holly's Lock of the Week time, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Holly's Lock of the Week. Give her
I think it's gonna be tough.
Bunky over Avoyles.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say he's getting one.
Bunky over Avoyles.
I agree.
Holly's Lock of the
Thought
Week
so
this
too,
week.
right?
Dude, I don't get
You're
how they
not
kiss
setting
me.
me up. You're not setting me up. Holly's Lock of the Week this week. Bunky over Avoyles, ladies and gentlemen.
I
Yes.
agree.
Yes.
Bunky.
Yeah, give me
Overall?
Bunky.
Yeah, I'm going with Bunky.
Avoyles is going to be a pain in the neck for them, but Bunky will pull away late.
Holly looking to start 3-0
I think she will.
and a lot. Talk.
Hello. Hi there. Lost you.
We got audio.
We got it now?
Y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
One more time. Now that I plug back in.
Check.
Okay, check up. Hey. Hello.
Do you remember what game we on?
We were
Yeah.
doing Homer and Haynesville.
Homer and Haynesville.
going down a little bit.
Yeah, we're good. That's
All
good.
right, for sure.
Service. So just be mindful.
Yeah.
Homer Haynesville, Golden Tornado, rivalry game. Who wins it?
I think Haynesville rolls this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, same here with Haynesville.
Hey, threat in Division 4 to get
Yep.
to the title game.
I like Haynesville also.
I got Haynesville myself.
Who did Homer lose to? They lost a team out of state last week or something?
Don't quote me. Don't know.
No. I'll take Haynesville because they're at home.
We went bunky across the board, Braden.
Yeah.
It was Holly's lock of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So we're good. Haynesville across the board.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Definitely a tight.
Hey, great matchup here for the communities. First time in history you will see Westminster of Lafayette versus Westminster of Opelousas. Kudos to the schedule makers to get this game scheduled here in week 3. I hope this is a game moving forward every year for Westminster Lafayette and Westminster Opelousas. We talked a week ago about trophies being involved in certain rivalries. I think this is going to be a great one. They need to probably find a trophy and name this one. Westminster battling it out Friday night at Crusader Stadium. Can't wait to see this matchup for years to come. 2-0 Chargers rolling right now. Westminster 1-1, and they get a big win at home this week with a red hot Charger team coming in. Gonna be standing room only.
I'm sure.
Alex?
I like what Lafayette has going. They have a lot of athletes over there.
Year 1, first year in LHSAA.
Yeah, I really like what they have going on. I'm going to take Westminster Lafayette.
Chris?
Westminster wins.
Westminster wins.
Westminster
There you
wins.
go.
That's what everybody in the chat say.
Yeah, I'm agree with Alex here. I saw them play in 7-on-7, both teams, and
Okay.
I was well impressed with WCA of Lafayette. You know, the game can either go either way.
So I said Westminster by 3.
Yeah, but the game can go either way. So
Gary, who you like?
Man, I don't know. I really like Westminster of Lafayette. They've been forming a great group over there, so I'm gonna go with Lafayette.
Home? Lafayette? Enoch?
Lafayette.
I guess I'm the lone soldier here. Crusaders finds a way at home in a thriller of a 48-minute contest. Westminster of Opelousas gets a win and improves to 2-1. They've been around. Gary.
They've been around. They have.
Westminster Lafayette, brand new into LHSAA. So Westminster Crusaders at home.
Right.
the game can go either way.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. Which one can
Oh, the
stay
Chargers-
clean?
Good
Good
and-
pick, Jordy.
Yeah.
Very good pick.
Avoyles and Bunky, we said it was the lock of the week. Kaplan and North Vermilion gonna battle it out Friday night. North Vermilion stunned a week ago at home in overtime. Gonna be hard to get back up after an emotional heartbreak a week ago. Kaplan has not played football in quite a few weeks now with the storm that pushed through. So they're itching to get back on the field. Pirate Stadium, Kaplan, North Vermilion. You got to remember something real quick before you make your picks. Lotif was on Moy's staff a year ago at Abbeville. Now they face each other. North Vermilion with Coach Moy, Lotif with Kaplan. Two good friends going to battle it out Friday night. Who wins it?
I think North Vermilion's defense is going to be enough to make up for their offensive, I guess you could say, struggles. They're just trying to figure it out, get the offense put in over there. So I like North Vermilion on the road in a defensive battle.
Defense.
They're about what, 50 miles away from each other? Not yet.
Maurice Kaplan. That's not that far of a drive at all. It's like maybe 15 minutes depending.
Yeah, I'm North Vermilion.
Same.
Yeah.
North Vermilion.
Home? Home team?
Man. It's tough,
That's
dog.
gonna be a hard game. I think that's gonna be
It
a
is
fire
tough.
game.
I want to pick North Vermilion, but man, I'm gonna roll with Kaplan.
Holden picks Kaplan. Enoch?
Give me the Patriots. They'll win by a touchdown. It'll be close.
Yeah, I was thinking what Scully's thinking. A 14-13 type of night.
Right.
If
Maybe
anybody
20-13.
if anybody can get their team up a week later after an emotional loss, it's Coach Moy.
Yeah.
He'll get you to want to run through a brick wall. He gets his team to go on the road and squeak out a win against Kaplan.
Right.
Loreauville at Vermilion Catholic. VC has won a muddy fist fight in week 1 and then steamrolled in week 2 over 4A Bro Bridge. Loreauville, they're itching to get back on the field. Missed their week 2 matchup. Loreauville got some playmakers.
Right.
They got some athletes. Vermilion Catholic, that's a brotherhood over there. They play for each other, and their quarterback is pretty darn good.
You right.
Thoughts, concerns, who wins?
Screaming Eagles.
Yeah, VC big.
Yeah. Me too. VC.
I think I picked against VC one time in 3 years. So
I don't like picking against Loreauville, but I will this week. Give me VC.
Ring the
I've
bell.
always had
Ding.
a soft spot for Loreauville. So my dad went to school there, so.
They don't have to go far. They are playing at home, just go to across the field and ring the bell. VC Screaming Eagles moved to 3-0,
Right.
a team that might not make it out of the UTL top 10 this year.
No, I think no, I
Probably
think
not.
we'll stay on.
Northside Cecilia proved they can score points for days. Can Northside shock the state this week and go knock off Cecilia?
I think it's a bad week to be Northside after Cecilia took that lick last week.
To St. Aug, yeah.
Yeah, I think Cecilia's gonna get a little lick back, I guess you could say, from their woes last week.
Yeah, too much decent, man.
Same.
yeah, I like to see the bounce back.
Yeah, Cecilia wins.
Cecilia across the board. A lot of points on Friday, for sure. Kentwood, St. Helena, 2 1-1s. Gonna battle it out from, is it Hawk Stadium? Is that St. Helena Hawks? We've been there.
Yeah,
Beautiful
beautiful.
stadium. But
They right down the street from
can they beat the rules on Friday?
I like the Ruse.
Greensburg, Louisiana.
That turf field.
Chris, who you like?
Kentwood.
Okay. Garrett?
Kentwood. The
Holden?
Ruse.
Give me the Ruse.
Enoch.
I'll take the Ruse as well.
We're going to go rules across the board. Going to keep a close eye out on them moving forward. See what they have, if they're good enough to get back to the Dome. How about Terrebonne 1-0? St. James 1-0. Is this the
That's
matchup?
wrong.
This is not right, huh? I'm looking at it wrong?
Terrebonne St. James, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Somebody Google this and make sure I didn't write the wrong game on the paper.
I'll look. I got you.
'Cause,
No, it's right. I just looked.
It's right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Dope.
both of these obviously did not play a week ago.
Right.
So 2 teams, we said earlier in the broadcast, we said teams could have ring rust, field rust. 1-0, 1-0. Who gets win number 2? St. James, Terrebonne. Good matchup.
I like Terrebonne on the
That
road.
man done picked Terrebonne.
I like Terrebonne on the road. They
Look at him. Troy,
he's right. I mean, they beat Riverside in week 1
come on.
in 48-44. So
Ooh, good shootout.
I like Terrebonne.
Yeah, Terrebonne Hill. Not saying nothing bad about your team, Troy.
Gary,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them too.
The T-Bone.
Holden,
Man, I really don't. It's a tough pick, dude. Man, give me St. James.
St. James at home. Enoch,
Man, this one's tough for me as well.
2-0, forfeit win. There you go. Change it on your schedules right here, boys.
Okay.
What's the matter?
Eleanor was a forfeit.
I'm gonna take St. James as well.
Okay. Beautiful downtown Vatry, Louisiana. The atmosphere is electric on a Friday night. I think it helps them on this one, and they get a win, move to 2-0. Give me St. James. Split panel. Good. Dunham, St. Charles, gonna meet on Friday from Comet Stadium. Boy, I would love to see this game a year ago. What would happen now as we go into this year? St. Charles, it seems like it is a rebuild year. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. They could go and shock Dunham this week because they got a great coaching staff over there that can have their kids ready to play. Dunham, the quarterback, insane. What a generational talent they have over there for Dunham. Is he too much for the Comets on Friday?
I think he is. I think Dunham's going to win big.
Yeah, he's a good one there over at Dunham. So I'm gonna go with Dunham.
Dunham.
Home?
St. Charles.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Here we go. St. Charles, everyone is back.
I don't care.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to pick Dunham.
You pick St. Charles?
Yeah, he picked.
I'm going to take Dunham. I think this game will be close, but Dunham gets the win.
Yep, I'm going to roll with Dunham this week. St. Charles keeps it close. Dunham wins at the end.
The fighting Stingless.
Riverdale, Pope John Paul II, 2-0 versus 2-0. Two teams out of our comfort zone here. Flip the coins, boys.
Right.
Yeah.
Who goes 3-0?
I like Pope John Paul.
The home team, Pope Paul.
Garrett.
The second.
Yeah, I have no idea, so I'm gonna go with the home team.
Home.
I don't. Sure. Give me Pope.
Enoch.
Pope John Paul.
And I'm going Riverdale on the road. So,
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
that's just what I was told. Pick Riverdale, they said. Okay. What I was told yesterday. 2-0 Sulphur at 2-0 Vanderbilt Catholic. Just like Lafayette, Sulphur looking to start 3-0 before district play begins. Vanderbilt Catholic, a team that nobody is talking about, could sneak up on some teams this year and find a big win against a Tours football team. Who wins it?
I like Vanderbilt. I think the J.D. LaFleur show is going to slow down this week. Vanderbilt has too much.
I like Vanderbilt. I don't think they would schedule this game if they didn't think they could win it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt.
Yeah, me too. I think the home field's gonna give them the edge.
Vandy not sneaking up on nobody. Well, we don't know anything about them yet, but
No,
we will learn.
We will.
We will learn as the year goes on. Holton.
Got some little tidbits from it, so I'm
There we go. Way to share it.
rolling with Vandy.
Way to share it with us.
Yeah, I'm going Vanderbilt Catholic as well.
You
I would.
didn't share nothing. You
When you
keep
say
it up
Vanderbilt, I
yourself.
would say like Anchor Down or something, but they're not like the Commodores or anything like that. I don't even know what they call themselves.
I think so.
Vanderbilt Catholic. Aren't they like Crusaders or Raiders or something? I don't know.
Who?
What do Vanderbilt Catholic call themselves? What's their
Big Savage says the LSU tight end for the tour is going to have a monster game. Okay. Vanderbilt Catholic for myself across the board. Prove me wrong this week, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
We said John F. Kennedy go prove me wrong. Prove me weak. Vanderbilt Catholic. Let's see how good you are.
Oh, okay.
2-0 Buckeye. 2-0 South Beauregard. Something's got to give Friday night. Who moves to 3-0? This one right here, I don't have a clue.
South Bow's wins are a lot more impressive than Buckeyes wins. Give me South Bow.
That's why I bring you aboard. You give us good feedback like that.
Same here. South Bowl been playing good over the years. They stay consistent. So South Bowl.
Gary.
Yep, South Bowl.
Holden.
Yeah, South Bowl's usually a good little program.
Enoch.
South Beauregard.
South Bowl across the board. And who South Bowl got week 4 is what I want to know right now, because homecoming for Port Barry, my 10-year reunion, that's who we play.
That might be a long night.
Wait, they come to Port Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah, my 10-year reunion is
Should
next week as
schedule
well.
East Bow instead of South
Washington
Bow.
versus First.
Did they get the wrong bow?
District.
Oh, they just go.
Can't run from it.
We don't have
Should've
East Bowl in
scheduled
district.
No, South Bowl.
Bowl.
South Bowl.
Oh, we don't have.
No, I'm saying
we don't
Port
have a
Barry
district.
should have scheduled East Bow still.
It's a non-district
South
contest.
South Bowl's not district? Okay.
Nope.
I think Greg
They're
said that,
3A. They're in that Jennings
Yeah.
district.
Yeah.
South Bowl is playing Welsh next
Welsh
week.
next week. Oof.
There you
Yep.
go. That's going to be a good one.
Might not be undefeated going in.
Yeah, because
Triple barrel.
Welsh is good. That's a good measuring stick for South Bowl.
2-2-0 teams. West Washita. Winfield. Good game. Who wins it?
So I like
Small.
transitive properties in certain cases, and this one I'm going to do it. They both play Jonesboro Hodge.
Okay.
Winfield won 27-7. West Washita won 45-0.
Okay.
Give me West Washita on the road.
All right, drop it down from 5A to 4A
South Bowl
this
Hodge is
year.
down this year.
I'll stick
Doesn't
with
matter.
that.
Yeah. They used to, I mean, they were kind of
Same
keeping up years back. But.
Yeah, me too.
West Washita across the board.
Actually, no. I'll take Winfield in the upset.
Good. I'm going up another one on you.
I think so. You got some catching up to do, buddy.
I got 10 games to catch Gary.
Mm-hmm.
AC.
Sorry, Bubs. I'm going to keep it going.
We'll see what happens, Gary. We're gonna see about that.
Let's ride with Cody Lawrence's West Washita Chiefs in this one. 2-0 Bell Chase at 2-0 South Plaquemines. Bell Chase wins this game.
Battle for the edge of the earth.
They're in the top 10.
That's a rivalry.
South
Yeah.
Plaquemines, yes. South Plaquemines, I hear they're dome good. So a great week for it to be settled on the field, and we're going to learn a lot about these two programs as we head into week 3.
Yeah, I like South Plaquemine big at home.
South Plaquemine here too.
Me too.
Yep, they gonna make a run this year.
South Plaquemines.
But I'm going South Plaquemines also, but shout out to Bell Chase for the helmet.
Oh, yeah, most
Correct.
definitely.
Yep.
Got beautiful helmet up there.
Yep.
Don't they have was it a tight end or something they were saying in the show last night that's really talented for
Yeah,
Bell Chase?
good
Yeah.
tight end from Bell Chase.
Maybe
Keep
give
an
him a
eye
ball
out
a
on
little bit,
him.
see what
Could
he
be
can do.
could be a factor. Brockmathern era has begun at East Ascension, and he gets to go back to Lake Charles this week, where he spent the last couple years at St. Louis. So, sure it's going to be an emotional feeling to go back, meet some old friends, talk to some old, some of his guys he's coached in the past. Gets to go play a really good Sam Houston team. This one right here could go either way, fellas. East Ascension, Sam Houston, might be a lot of points scored on Friday night. East Ascension beat Salmon last week. Sam Houston lost to Turlings.
I like Sam Houston at home.
Tough to beat at home. They got a good running back. Ooh. North DeSoto.
I'm gonna go with EA.
Hmm.
They got
East Ascension.
they got some athletes, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and they got some size, and he gonna have them, coached up real well. I'm gonna go with EA. It's gonna be a close game.
Yeah. Garrett,
I'm going Sam Houston at home.
Holden.
I like Sam.
Sam Houston for Holden.
Yep.
Enoch.
East Ascension.
EA Sports, you in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I like East Ascension. Very rarely do I pick against my guy, Brockmathern. So, good ball club for both teams. And this is going to be one heck of a showdown Friday night from Moss Bluff, Louisiana. Iowa going to hit the road, travel to Parkview Baptist this week. Talked to Coach on the phone earlier today. Says tremendous challenge for the Yellow Jackets this week going against Parkview, and don't count out his guys, he said. So great ball game brewing. Iowa, Parkview. Who wins it?
I like Parkview at home.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was you didn't put Baptist behind it. I thought it was Parkview out there.
Oh, you talking about
Shreveport.
in Shreveport? Yeah, my mistake.
But I'm gonna go with Parkview.
Garrett?
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to give them the edge at home.
Holden.
Bounce back week, Iowa.
Bounce back week for Iowa.
Taking Iowa as well. Yellow Jackets, sting them. They get the win.
Sting 'em indeed. I like Iowa for the win here. Let's go split panel, 3-3.
You don't see them lose back to back.
2 games in a
like
row.
it, boys.
2 games in a row with the split panel as well.
I got the crave cookies this weekend.
The
Crave cookies. That's
yes, Crave cookies for the win.
Oh, that was so good.
Whew. Welsh Jennings, 2 1-1s, gonna battle it out Friday night from. I don't know the name of their stadium. I'm just gonna call it Bulldog Stadium for right now. I know they have a name for it, so my mistake there.
Bulldog.
Jennings,
City
Welsh, Greyhounds, Bulldogs. Got to think this one's one in the trenches. What you think?
Yeah, I think Jennings' size on the line and Zeno's going to be too much for Welsh at the end of the day.
Yeah, Jennings.
A good old Jeff Davis dog fight.
Little 4 Mile Road.
right. I'm going Jennings.
Jerry Simmons Stadium. There you go.
There it is.
It is the game of the week. Chaston will have the call. Holton, who wins it? Welsh. Impressive win a week ago.
Who's it over again?
Oakdale. Blowout.
Yeah. I like Jennings, man, at home.
Enoch.
Not so fast. I'm going to take the Greyhounds.
Good, sir.
Watch, he's gonna pick
Too much Zeno.
Yeah,
The dirty
yeah,
work
You know.
in the trenches. Jennings gets a win. Too much Zeno, Alex.
He not playing this week. He gonna blow us out.
You right. Welsh has won the last 2 contests. I was just told in the chats.
Yeah. That's like a little rivalry game because he still got kids. Jennings to go to Welsh.
Right.
That's far down the road.
It'll be a great one on Friday night. Community is definitely gonna be there in this one. Iota Marksville, 1-1. Marksville last week lost a close one to Church Point. Iota, big win over the Kinder Yellow Jackets last week at home. These two square off. 2 good quarterbacks. One of them's a dynamic player at Marksville. One of them great passer for Iota. Who wins it?
I think Iota wins it. You know, they scored 2 touchdowns last week against Kinder off of special teams.
Special teams matters. It still matters in high school football.
Yeah.
So I think with their passing game and their special teams, I think they're going to be too much for Marksville.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Iota on this one too.
Me too. I got a feeling Iota's gonna.
Let that 1-1 record fool anybody. Iota's good this year.
Mud Pit, week 1.
It's the only reason why they lost.
Right.
Yep.
Iota.
Yeah, not taking anything away from the Vikings week 1. 1-1 record for the Bulldogs.
Gotta find a way.
Find a way to win a ball game. Everybody's going Iota except me.
I guess so.
You taking
You
Marksville?
going Marksville?
I'm going Marksville at home.
I feel like they're going to be a little deflated after the Church
Stunned.
Point loss.
Well,
They should have won.
only way you can go is up, right?
Right.
Should be able
Get
to.
back at home this week. Find a way
Yeah.
in the 4th quarter. So we'll see.
You don't think for this next game.
Opelousas Catholic, Port Barry. Fellas, it's been since 2011 since the Red Devils have beat the Vikings and have played them every year. We've had some close encounters and we've had some blowouts along the way. The Vikings have owned us in this century,
13
You're
years.
right.
This decade.
in this
13
decade.
Years.
It's been some miserable years for us, but hats off to the Vikings, a tremendous program. And they have done wonders there these last, 13 years?
Yeah.
Put Barry, new guy at the helm, and he's the right guy for the job. Tough task this week. Can the Red Devils get a win?
I think they can make it competitive, especially in the first half. But I think at the end of the day, OC is going to have too much.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a little bit too much experience on the OC side of the ball. I'm gonna go with OC on this one.
Garrett.
We calling the name.
No.
Do I have to pick this?
Pick 'em. Pick 'em, Gary.
I love my Red Devils,
Believe
but
'em.
I'm
Believe
like,
'em.
y'all,
Pick 'em.
I think OC is just going to be too strong.
Harry picks the Vikes. Holden.
Just want a competitive game, but I'm going with OC.
Enoch.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Coach Kirk, Coach Brent, Coach Paul. I'm taking OC.
All right. 13 years too long. Fort Barry finds a way to win on Friday night.
I hope you're right.
There you go.
13 years too long, Chris.
There you go, Gary. Change your pick. Believe in them with it.
I mean, you know something that we don't know, but we lost.
I'll be honest with you, I'll take this loss.
That's what I hope. That's what I know.
I will take this loss for the Red Devils to win, but I don't see it. I think OC's a little bit strong.
If there was ever a year,
Even with
it's
the,
this year, right?
Yeah. I think they
yeah,
can.
Even with the win they had last week, Fort Barry, because I picked both Shan to beat Fort Barry.
Long, miserable 13 years.
I picked both Shan again.
You picked them a while ago.
No, I didn't.
No,
Oh,
he
no,
picked
never
up.
mind.
He picked up. He picked up.
Never mind.
Don't start.
Raiders gonna hit the road and head on down and play Bucks. Welcome in a team that put up 60 a week ago. Raiders, great football team, and they are on a mission this year. We'll see what happens in week 3. You talked about the quarterback, dynamic football player, just past the 2,000-yard mark. Gonna be a good football game Friday night. Raiders, Bucks. Who wins it?
Oh, me?
Alex, you saving it for the end?
Yeah.
Man.
Put that big A right there behind it.
You know who you're going to pick. So it's up to you.
Chris,
I'm gonna go with Barb.
Barb,
I saw on film in person. Barb protect the quarterback, and they throw it.
and Alexis.
They run, man. They got a nice little running back. They big up front. If Northwest can find a way to get to the quarterback, they can win the game. It's gonna be a close one, man.
You're right.
And the only reason why I'm picking this game, Barb, because they're at home. I thought the game was at Northwest.
Okay.
On the schedule, it said Northwest on.
We have 3 road games in a row.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Barb.
I'm going with Northwest.
You like the Raiders on the road?
Yep. I'm going with Northwest.
Good pick. Holden.
I think, what's his name? Johnson? His last name?
Kevon.
I
Yep.
think he has a huge game. I like Northwest.
I'm gonna take Barb at home. If this game was in prior round, I probably would flip it. But
Stop it.
I think Barb wins. One score. Go for it, Alex. You got the floor, man.
You know
pick
he's
Jordan?
going to mark it now.
I need to hear my insights here.
All right.
Oh, Johnny hasn't decided yet.
So, I think special teams is going to come into play this week. Barb does
Barb got a good special teams.
They do a very good job. Lake Charles Prep lost the game last week. In my opinion, the game turned on a block punt that set up a score 2 plays later from the 20-yard line. Special teams are going to matter. Who can tackle better in the open field? Give me the Northwest on the road.
Okay.
Give us your score prediction.
Nope.
Back and forth with this pick. Had Barb half the day, had Northwest half the day. I had Barb 10 minutes ago. I got Northwest 10 minutes later. Raiders go on the road. Kevon Johnson, have a night, young man. This is one of my back and forths. If you ask me in 10 minutes, if you see some scratching out going on, but I like the Raiders.
Big night.
Lake Charles College Prep and Opelousas Friday night, live on Under the Lights. I don't have a pick. I'm calling the game. He doesn't have a pick. He's calling the game.
That's right.
He don't have a pick. He's producing the game. So we got 3 gentlemen here that's going to tell us why this one is decided. Gary, I need your pick. Wait 10 more and then pick Barb. He said.
Yeah.
Right, pretty much.
Gary, who you like? Let me see. Okay, yeah, yes, sir. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay. Alex, who wins?
I think OHS is going to win this game. They're going to stop the run. Their secondary is good enough to handle what they do in the passing game. And I think their offense is too much for Lake Charles Prep.
Okay. Chris, we eating good Friday night or what?
Got the deer throwing out
What
right
you
now.
cooking?
Deer meat.
Oh, yeah.
Man said he's going to cook some deer meat.
I get off of work at 5, so I'm just coming straight.
Chris, who wins?
Opelousas.
Short and sweet to the point, huh? Good to get back on the field this week, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, them kids been,
Chomping at the bits, probably.
yeah, man, they've been still practicing hard all week.
Yeah.
So even on last Friday, they practiced.
Okay.
I think Saturday too they practiced. if I'm not mistaken.
Enoch, who wins it?
Opelousas.
Opelousas.
I don't know. I feel like the last couple years I want to get behind Lake Charles College Prep, but I don't feel like they're consistent enough yet.
Okay. Next week, that's going to be a banger at Donald Gordner, correct? Opelousas Ash next week. Oof. Can't wait. Bird.
Don't overlook it.
Bird starting out 2-0 this year, ladies and gentlemen. Is Bird back? That's the question mark. Will be answered against Evangel this week. 1-1 Evangel, but we all know who they lost to. Evangel too much for Bird, or Bird stuns Evangel here?
No, I think Evangel's.
Kind of like a welcome to 5A matchup here.
I think Evangel's too much at home.
Yeah, if this game was at Bird, I'd probably.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
there.
I think Evangel also.
Going with some people I talked to, so I'm rolling with Bird.
Bird. I like it.
I'm taking Evangel.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with either pick, man.
I gotta see
right.
Bird one more time. Gotta see Bird one more time. You start 3-0, then okay, we know maybe 2020 Bird is here.
Yeah. If they can beat Evangel, then they'll be legit.
Hey, good matchup Friday night. Hanville, E.D. White. E.D. White, we were told, quarterback, did not play last week. Was out because of sickness. So, Hanville,
I think he's gonna miss again this week.
I don't know. Hanville, 220 yards and penalties last week. Keep that in your mind.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Fun fact,
Wait,
Evangel
so you
had
telling me the team had more penalty yards than Beauchamp last week?
Yes.
very,
Wow.
very undisciplined.
Hanville, we're high on, right? Me and Holden is high on Hanville, but E.D. White, boy, they can play some football.
Hanville,
Yes,
Hanville.
them. It's
Okay.
almost as bad as my Washita
Cinema.
and my
Yeah,
Santa
Santa
Monica.
Monica, yeah.
Yes. Alex wins it.
I like Hanville on the road.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
same
is a
here,
good game,
Hanville.
y'all. This is a really good game.
Hanville was down for the past few years since Puka Williams left.
Yeah.
But it looked like they got their mojo back, and
Okay, so it's been reported he's still out.
Yeah.
He's gonna miss at least one more week. They said he has mono or something like that.
I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Hanville myself.
Me too.
You didn't. I was picking Hanville no matter what.
Yeah.
Central and Walker.
Enoch, you too.
Yeah, give me Hanville.
The Fighting Pukas. Saw Puka play Acadiana. That was a special
That was a
night.
big game. He won.
You were there.
He won it.
He won.
He won the game
We were
for
there.
Hanville. Yes, we were.
The
We were
playoffs
there.
and the championship by himself.
Yeah.
Walker, 2-0. Central of Baton Rouge, 2-0. Central of Baton Rouge cruise at home against a talented Walker football team this year. Good matchup. Central Baton Rouge can really distance themselves from the rest of the pack if they go and handle business this week.
Yeah, and I like them to do it at home.
Yeah, I like Central too, but this is gonna be a real good game. Walker's no pusher.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they're
you're right.
And
Walker's
rivals.
not bad, man.
They're so close to each other.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
few turns here, there in the backwoods. And
Yeah.
Bam, I'm at your stadium. You at my
Right.
stadium.
I'm going Central.
Holden,
Central.
Enoch.
Picking Central until further notice.
Yes. Pick them
I
until
agree.
they tell somebody shows me differently.
Or I haven't looked at the rest of their schedule yet.
Coach
So far,
Semino
so
has
further notice.
won everywhere he's been.
You're right.
Union Parish Airline. Over. Pick the over in this one. Who wins it?
I like Airline. Union's not very good against passing teams. Airline can throw it around.
Yeah, Airline.
Yeah, I think Union's rebuilding. I think
We're
Airlines.
just playing two good teams out the gate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know,
Soto and
but still.
Alexandria.
But still, I think
California's
Airlines
going to help them later on, though.
Yeah.
It helped them last year.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna roll with Airline.
Enoch.
I'll just say this. I was basically right about my prediction last week with their line.
Hey.
They played a little bit of defense and they kept it under 30, like I said they would.
Little bit wins games.
That air raid's going to be a little too much. I got to take Airline in this one.
That's not just.
Keep the ball away from Airline. You win the game, but I think Airline might have something that's quarterfinal good this year. So I'll pick them until somebody goes beat them, and a team that could beat them is Union Parish. So I'll roll with Airline with y'all guys this week. West Monroe, North Dakota. West Monroe loses a shootout last week. North Dakota always ready to get in a good shootout with anybody they play. Who wins it?
Who West Monroe playing?
Pulaski?
Pulaski, Arkansas.
I like West Monroe. North Dakota lost a weapon. West Monroe's too much for them.
Who West Monroe won?
Oh.
Week 1.
I can look at it. Give me a sec. Pull up right now.
North Dakota played Union week 1.
And then play somebody out of state.
Center Texas.
West Monroe played. Hold on, I should have it right here. Huntington.
Huntington.
They won. West Monroe beat Huntington 40-7.
Yeah.
So
I'm over West Monroe.
Garrett?
Me too. I'm a Rebel fan.
Running game's the difference, West Monroe.
Give me the Rebels. West
West
Monroe.
Monroe got depth.
Yeah.
They're gonna, match up.
They always have depth. They got good running game.
You just gotta,
Said the North Dakota lost their best receiver. If that
Yeah.
number 2 can grow up pretty quick, then they might be all right. But I don't think it's gonna happen this week.
take them spots.
Give it to the environment. North Dakota at home
Okay.
for myself.
Fireworks, motorcycles.
Not
There
bad.
you go.
That's not a bad pick, man.
Nope. How about the Megaphone game? Right now, the Megaphone is at Archbishop Shaw. Rummel wants the Megaphone back this week. Can they go and take the Megaphone back from Shaw?
Yeah, I like Rummel at home.
Rummel at home.
Yeah, Rummel. Get y'all with Megaphone.
Yeah, I listened to their show last night. I think Rummel has a little too much in the trenches.
Not so fast.
Yeah. He's gonna blow us out, Chris.
I think Shaw's still pretty darn good. Rumble might have a little bit of a cool down after beating ULAB. It happens sometimes.
It's
you know?
it's
You beat a
rivalry
quality
game.
team and then you kind of just. I don't want to say come back down to earth because Rumble's obviously really good.
No, this is about as big of a rival it gets between these two.
They want that Megaphone, buddy.
That Megaphone is
I
important.
think it'll stay at Archbishop Shaw. I think Shaw will get the win.
Okay. Let's see. I'll take Romo also in this one. Notre Dame Turlings 2-0, 2-0. Prove me weak. Pios, how good are you? Can you go knock off the Rebels? In week 2, we know Turlings, great football team that loves to run the football behind their big offensive line. We know Notre Dame, disciplined football team that really good defense. So this one right here, Pio's defense, Rebels offense. Who wins it?
I like Turlings at home. Tough place to play. Got a lot of size. I think they're gonna outlast what Notre Dame has.
Yeah, Notre Dame beat Ville Platte last week, and
Yes. So prove me week.
yeah,
Right.
Coach Cook gonna have them ready. I know that.
And this is the year for Notre Dame. If they go win this one, I guess we can start
if Notre
believing.
Dame can not turn the ball over.
This is a 21-14 type of night, huh?
It'll be
yeah,
defense.
this-
I
this
think
is
it's
a close-
defensive
The
for
same
sure.
same score we had with them, like 21-14. Like if
It's
they
gonna
don't
be
turn the
defensive
ball
for
over,
sure.
they got a chance. And Notre Dame gonna keep running the ball. They gonna keep at you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over Notre Dame.
Not a bad pick.
Damn. That's good. I like that pick, man.
Gary, you like the Pios, but do you pick over Turlings this week?
As much as I like the Pios, I think Turling's at home, and Notre Dame's still out there. They're not proven yet. So I'm gonna go Turling's at home.
Yeah, this is a great Notre Dame defense.
Notre Dame.
Holden says Notre Dame. Enoch?
Y'all got that coin?
Yeah, what you want?
Heads.
Heads is Turlings, tails is Notre Dame.
Tails.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. I'm going Turlings at home. First 2 weeks, very impressive wins. Notre Dame, the Ville Platte game. So I got to roll with the hot hand right now with the Rebels.
If Turlings wins this game, I might not pick them the rest of the year, and I guess except maybe against STM. But
You mean you're going to pick them the rest of the year?
yeah,
You had
except
that-
maybe against STM.
You had that backwards.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I may not pick against them the rest of the year unless they play STM. I mean, against STM, but.
Westgate welcomes in Lafayette Christian Academy, a team that could very well give LCA a loss this week. They match up well. Westgate, LCA, a lot of people are saying Westgate is good enough to get to the Dome this year. Is this a prove me week for Westgate, or what do you guys think?
They'll have to beat them. This is a prove me game for Westgate.
We didn't get to see the Calvary Baptist matchup, so a week later, you get the Knights in town, and the Knights are red hot right now.
Yeah, they are. And
Yeah, beating Crow is not a small thing to ask.
I watch LCA play Friday night, and I'm gonna pick them again this week.
Alex, who you like?
Who's up right now?
Man, I'm back and forth a lot on this one.
Yeah.
We said it's a proven game for Westgate.
Just because we didn't get to see him last week.
Right.
Yeah. I like LCA, just the way they played Rommel and beat Karen Crow. I like LCA.
Gary?
LCA.
Holden?
LCA.
I wonder if, and this is just a thought, I wonder if Westgate having this game canceled and being able to prepare for LCA a couple more days than they would have normally had, I wonder if that could work in their favor.
Good.
Good. It may well.
And Westgate, and if
What's the
Westgate is
guy's
like
name,
they
that
are,
quarterback?
Jambrian Antoine.
Hey, difference maker.
yeah. This one's tough. I'll go LCA, but I will not be surprised at all if Westgate wins.
I'm going LCA first 2 weeks.
It was just a thought.
You played Rommel close and took him to the wire, and then
Came back.
you made a statement last week against Karen Crow. I got to roll with them. They are playing really good football here early. ULAB falls a week ago to Rommel. Now they got to pick things back up, get ready to go play one of the better teams in the entire state right now in Catholic of Baton Rouge. I think them and Ruston are a close 1A, 1B right now. But Catholic of Baton Rouge, ULAB, good defense. Catholic of Baton Rouge, a little bit of good of everything.
Yeah, I like Catholic at home.
Yeah, same at Cali.
Me too. Catholic of Baton Rouge.
Catholic will be R until further notice.
I like Catholic of Baton Rouge also. Collision course with someone down the road. That's going to be a fun playoffs
Yes, you're right.
whenever we get there.
You're right.
Yes, you're right. They lost last year to U High. I don't think it happens again. How about Destrehan headed down to play Alexandria? And yes, it is mistyped on your papers, boys and girls.
So Destrehan's the home team?
No,
it's spelled
just
wrong.
read it.
Oh.
It's misspelled.
I see it now.
It was a rush type.
Alex
So,
done damn
Oh, no,
Yeah.
man. That's the only mistake.
so Alexandria, Destrehan. We said last week it was a prove me week for Alexandria. I mean, now what do you say about them? I mean, they're pretty much playing all three phases of the game. They're playing their best football early. Man, they're good. They're really, really good. Destrehan.
Still got a monster defense, Destrehan does?
They took Catholic
They
to the
took
wire.
Catholic to the wire.
That's all you got to tell me. Give me Destrehan on the road.
Wildcats, Trojans. Man, if I had to say, if I wasn't saying Acadiana STM best game in the state this week, I would so say Destrehan Alexandria is up there for best game in the state.
Yeah, and Destrehan playing good defense.
Can they stop Alexandria, though? Can they stop them from scoring?
Alexandria, man.
They just putting up points left and right. You know.
Yeah, you got the.
It's 2020
great
Alexandria
offense
all
versus
over
the monster
again.
defense.
Yeah.
I'm going with Destrehan.
Gary, tough pick.
Yeah, yes. As much as I do, man, you know I've been liking Destrehan for years, but man, the key is can they stop Alexandria from scoring?
It's
But-
gonna be
but-
it's gonna be Destrehan's defense against Alexandria's offense, and who wins that battle?
Right, that's going to be the determining factor because
They say defense
I
win championship.
think
Yep.
Destrehan's offense is probably going to be able to score against against
Where you at?
Alexandria. So, man,
Gary's tired.
give me Destrehan on the road.
Alexandria.
Alexandria next week.
Defense gets done. I'll take Destrehan in a close one.
And I'm really high on this Alexandria football team this year. Until somebody knocks me off the wagon, I ain't getting off, Gary.
Okay, that's
I
good.
like Alexandria at home. That's fair.
That's fair.
I'm sitting on the edge of the wagon right now. We might hit one of those
Might hit
potholes
a bump.
in Louisiana.
So what you're saying is
No
if
shortage of
Destrehan
those.
win this week, next week you're picking on your chest.
You never know. I get to see y'all up close and personal this week. The running game, if Ash can't stop the run, you know Jimmy's going to run that sucker 60 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then
61.
61, so we'll see. I like Alexandria. I'm on the wagon right now.
Okay.
Karen Crow 0-2 start. Could you dare see Karen Crow fall to 0-3? My goodness, what that would do. Best 0-3 team in the state if that would happen.
You're right.
Zachary took a tough one last week to Acadiana. Good matchup here. Karen Crow finds a way. Zachary too much at home.
Zachary's too much at home.
If Karen Crow can stick to their veer and run the ball, they win the game. But I watched them play against LCA. They back and forth with the veer and the spread.
Mhm.
And Acadiana, I went to the game with Acadiana Zachary, and Acadiana just kept pounding.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Zachary.
Gary.
I'm thinking just like that. I think Zachary is going to be at home, and I think they're going to, learn something from that Acadiana game, and they're just going to make some adjustments. So I'm going to give Zachary the edge.
Holton.
Karen Crow.
Crow on the road.
Can't see Crow going 0-3. If Zachary would have beaten Acadiana, then I'd change the pick. But I'm going to take Karen Crow.
Okay. Karen Crow, Chris, burnt me week 1.
Mhm.
Burnt me week 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not letting them burn me 3 weeks in a row. I'm going Zachary.
I'm taking the risk.
Karen Crow
At
team
home.
and Karen Crow team play real hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then they could still win their district with a 0-3 start.
I mean, yeah.
Yup.
I mean, that's not no district game.
Acadiana STM. This one has been bad blood brewing since 2011 when Acadiana clipped them in the semifinals after a regular season loss. Have not played since then. Correct me if I'm wrong.
2010. It was 2010.
2010, right?
Because 2011, Acadiana lost to Rummel, and then 2010, Acadiana won state.
So correction, 2010. So 14 years later, we get the matchup that everyone has been waiting for.
That was a blowout.
Yes, it was a
bad.
blowout.
It was like 35 to nothing or
31-0.
Or 31-0.
Acadiana, Fear de Veer, STM bounce back at Cougar Stadium after a tough loss. Who wins it?
I like Acadiana to keep the ball out of STM's hands. Control the clock of that Veer, score, make a couple stops on defense throughout the game, and get the win.
No couch for him tonight.
Nope.
Chris.
He knows where he needs to pick.
Yeah,
That's a pick where he knows where he needs to be. So.
Man, Acadiana played Ruston tough. Zachary tough. But they stick to you gotta stick to the script.
Stick to the formula.
Stick to the formula, and play great sound defense. Cause you know what STM gonna do? They gonna throw that thing. They gonna throw it. And I saw last week they had athletes in the secondary to stick with the game with Zach.
Right.
Whatever. Acadiana in a close one.
Gary.
Man, as much as I don't want to pick against STM, because I tell you that, but I can't. I'm like you. I think Acadiana is going to control that ball, and they're going to keep it out of their hands, and they're just going to just keep pounding. So I'm going Acadiana.
Holden.
Same.
Acadiana. Enoch.
STM.
Are you really?
STM at home. STM at home.
Last week really gave me an idea about this Acadiana football team moving forward. Know they played Ruston close week 1, but week 1s can be decisive where two teams are just trying to find their way. Week 2, big win over Zachary. Week 3, Acadiana, Fear de Veer. Don't look now. But you learn from last year's state runner-up loss. Acadiana seems like they're on a mission this year.
Yeah, that's
STM played the defending state champs in an extremely close game.
Yeah.
It's kind of why I gave STM the advantage over Acadiana.
Fear de Veer, Enoch. Fear de Veer.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about
Final words. Alex closes out.
Yeah, really good matchups. Good weather this week. It'll be warm, but at least it's dry. Just have a good Thursday and Friday, and Saturday of football.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
Yeah, Zachary coming off of a state runner-up also.
Yeah, Zachary state runner-up. Yeah, but like you said, man, good week of football. Stay hydrated, players, coaches.
Start now.
Get the liquid IV.
Pickle juice, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff, man. It's gonna be hot. And to the teams that didn't play last week, I know they're gonna be eager to play, get on the field. The adrenaline is going to be rushing. So and we got a lot of great matches. So
a lot of tosses, a lot of coins. Let it coin, you just flip it.
Either one or two things going to happen. He's not going to blow us out, or he's going to really lose.
Right.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I agree, but the thing about it is that
a lot of these games were either way for me,
Troy says he's coming to get some deer meat.
That's right.
Troy's
yeah.
Gary, final words. We're gonna get on out here. We got 3 minutes until they shut us out.
All right, great job, guys. As far as the matchups this week are probably one of the hardest that we've had. So, but I think we're gonna have a lot of
week one was
tough too, but we had nothing to play by.
Go off of.
This one here, I think is going to be exciting. A lot of close games. These picks, that's just our opinion. But good luck to everybody. Hydrate and get ready for a great game.
Like how you said that, opinionated show.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I'll probably come in last place again.
Right.
Probably.
Holden, final words.
See y'all Friday and Saturday.
Enoch, final words.
See y'all Saturday. Should be a fun week.
Absolutely. Tomorrow night, Breaux Bridge, St. Martinville, live on Under the Lights. Friday, OHS, Lake Charles College Prep, live on Under the Lights. And then Saturday, it's Baker, Jefferson Rise. Happy homecoming, Buffaloes. Get ready. Week 3 coming at you and it will be here in 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow live in the chat. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in with us. For myself, Alex Fontenot, Chris Esprit, Gary Swallow, Holden Lee, Enoch Brogy, and Miss Naya working the camera in the back, we say goodbye for now. God bless each and every one of you. The panel, God bless you guys. God bless high school football forever. UTL.